So this unknown guy walks into the hunter qualification exam and absolutely destroys the egos of the world's top S rankers. We're talking one punch. He obliterates a level 50 monster instantly. This scene has the hunter command's head honcho shaking in his boots. He knows he has to sign this guy, whatever the cost. But here is the tea: what they don't know is that this dude was trapped in the abyss for 500 freaking years. Every single day his diet consisted of one thing: the flesh of the beasts he hunted. And as his prey got deadlier, his power leveled up through endless combat. After 50 years in that hellhole, he could wipe out low-tier monsters with his eyes closed. By year 300, even the high-level nightmares of the abyss couldn't survive a single tap from him. Fast forward to year 400, and his family's faces are just a blur. All that's left is the grind, infinite battles, and a collection of scars. By the time year 500 hits, he's officially the apex predator of the abyss. Not a single monster dares to look in his direction. But even with god-tier strength, he's lost. He can't find the way home. He used to have a happy family. Then the nightmares start. Every night it's the same loop. A floating island, draped in thick fog, filled with crumbled Western-style ruins. Like life had been ghosted from the place. But wait, in the wreckage, I spot a silhouette. A figure. It's like they've been waiting for me to show up. Come here, kid. I'm waiting at the edge of the abyss. Every time the dream hits that beat, I snap awake. This spooky vision has been messing with my head for ages, but I keep it on the down low. Maybe I'm just burnt out from studying. Suddenly, smack, my dad slaps the back of my head. What's your deal? You've been zoning out for days. Hurry up or you'll be late for school. I wash up and join the fam for breakfast. My goal: join the self-defense force after graduation. I know, once I enlist, I'll barely see my parents. But I never imagined that today, a massive shadow would swallow the entire world. Out of nowhere, these colossal towers spawn in. I was clueless then, but the arrival of these towers was about to permanently delete human history. Day 1, we get a call from my big brother. He tells us to chill, claims he's totally safe. But his voice over the phone, it sounded incredibly weak. That was the last time we ever heard from him. We knew he was gone. At first, the news channels gaslit us. Stay inside, you'll be fine. Lies. Over 20 towers pop up globally. Pretty soon the broadcasts just cut to black. Dead air. No info, no internet, just silence from the outside world. Then comes the government alert. Pack your bags. We're evacuating to the safe zones. Now. Before we bolt, Mom scribbles a note for my brother. If you make it back, please find us. And just like that, our escape begins. But on the road, I see things I can't unsee. The soldiers' faces, pure despair. They looked broken. Their tanks were shredded with terrifying claw marks. We finally make it to a temporary shelter. The vibe inside is hauntingly quiet. These people look like walking corpses waiting for the end. Suddenly, drama erupts. Some grown man tries to snatch bread from a little kid. Your stomach is tiny. Starving for a few days won't kill you. You don't mind sharing, right? The kid is terrified. He's about to hand it over. But my dad, he never backs down. He steps up. Do you realize the hell we're in? Why are you doing this? But the guy just brushes my dad off. Mind your business, old man. My dad's expression goes dark. Give the bread back. Hearing this, the scumbag laughs and throws a punch. Bad move. In a split second, Dad drops him with one kick. Dad hands the bread back to the kid, completely ignoring the guy groaning on the floor. Cold. The thief shuts his mouth real quick, leaving with a mumbled threat. I won't forget this. Then it clicks. I recognize the guy my dad just flattened. It's my classmate, the bully who tormented me daily. I always fantasized about taking that trash out myself. But right then, a soldier bursts in shouting orders. Everyone out. Get on the trucks. Move. Some self-righteous guy demands to know why, but the soldier isn't there to explain. He's there to save us. Just do as you're told. The argument is cut short as all hell breaks loose outside the door. Behind us, the soldier barks orders. Run, go now. Forget everything else. I shove my parents toward the exit. I've got a sick feeling in my gut. Bam. The shelter door shatters. White-furred nightmares storm in. The people arguing seconds ago, they're screaming, scrambling for their lives. I've never seen beasts like this. Even an idiot can tell they're lethal. I'm frozen, mind racing. What is happening? The crowd stampedes toward the evacuation trucks outside. Get in, hurry, I yell at Mom and Dad. I sprint to check for space in the other transports. Packed like sardines. No room anywhere. Wait, I spot a rig that's half empty. I vault onto the truck bed. A massive hand reaches down to pull me up. Thanks, I gasp out. Then I see the guy's lips twist into a wicked grin. Saved your thanks a little too early, kid. My stomach drops. I look up, it's the same jerk my dad punched earlier. Of all the people, why him? He shoves me hard. I'm flying backward off the truck. It's over. Game over. Dreams crushed. The mob stampedes over me, crushing my body. But I refuse to die like this. Praying for a miracle, I snap my eyes open. A translucent crystal foot is standing right in front of my face. It's him, the old man from my nightmares. He repeats that cryptic line from my dream. I will wait for you at the edge of the abyss. Blink, and the world shifts. Everyone vanishes. Suddenly, crash, something sharp gouges the dirt next to my head. I look up. A freaking goblin. Terror kicks in. I spin around, scrambling to get away from this thing. But then the rage hits. The towers appearing out of nowhere. That scumbag pushing me off the truck, the creepy old man, and now this green runt trying to kill me. Screw it. Fight or die. I grab a jagged rock from the dirt. I whip around and charge the goblin. Come on, you want me? Come get some. It's messy, but I take him down. I can't believe I just killed a video game monster in real life. There's a black number etched on its chest, a level indicator. A black crystal floats out of the corpse. I freeze, staring at it, totally lost. The thing moves like it's alive. It shoots straight at me. Slams right into my chest before I can blink. Panic fades as I realize. My wounds. They're knitting back together. A rush of raw power floods my veins. So killing a goblin, then absorbing the loot makes me stronger. I snatch up the goblin's weapon. Gotta be more of them out here. Need cover. Can't get ambushed. I scan the perimeter. Nothing. Just that one goblin. Weird. All signs point to a massive gate ahead. This whole island is floating in the sky with stairs leading down the edge. Coast is clear. I take the stairs one step at a time. Why does this feel so familiar? Like a dungeon crawler level. Half expecting a skeleton to kick me off the ledge. If I fall, do I respawn at the checkpoint? Not testing that theory today. Bottom of the stairs, I step into a chamber. Whoa. The walls are ancient stone. Whoosh, a torch flares to life, illuminating a heavy door deep in the shadows. What is this place? A challenge I spot, a stone tablet. I've never seen these runes before, but somehow, the meaning downloads directly into my brain. The fragile fragments and all their wielders possess shall grant me the right to escape this realm. Reading that, I actually smile. Collect the fragments, get out. Finally, a mission. I'm pumped. Honestly, that first goblin was a pushover. Taking a deep breath, I shove the stone door open. A bone-chilling cold washes over me. Abyss floor, 900 square meters. Enemies level 1. Floor 2, 1,800 square meters. Threat level 2. Floor 3, 3,600 square meters. 4 monsters roaming, and 1 is a level 3 elite. The crucial shards are loot drops found exclusively inside the beasts, branded with numbers. These fragments are the literal keys to the next level. The higher the number, the nastier the boss fight. But as I grind deeper into this hellhole, the math starts working against me. The drop rates are tanking because every single floor doubles in both map size and mob density. I'm leveling up with every kill in this abyss, becoming an absolute unit, yet my physical body hasn't aged a day. I've lost all concept of time down here. Could be a decade, could be a century. It's a blur. Doesn't matter though. I'm one-shotting high-tier monsters now. I just keep descending into the dark. The variety of enemies is insane. By floor 15, I'm wading through a literal sea of over 1 million monsters. Most people would fold under that pressure. Not me. I just fight harder, turning into a whirlwind of violence. Floor 30. 500 million hostiles. Finding a key now is statistically impossible, like finding a needle in a continent-sized haystack. The mobs are getting smarter too. They know the keys are valuable, so they guard them with their lives. The cowards sense my aura and burrow underground, but there's nowhere to hide. I hunt them down and wipe the map. Floor 99. I march forward with zero chill. The population on this level, it's surged past 2 billion. I actually burst out laughing. Since I can't find the exit key yet, I'm just gonna wipe the server. Massive dragons fill the sky, and seconds later they're nothing but falling piles of bone. Time is definitely broken here. My internal clock says I've been trapped in this dungeon for 500 full years. The walls are scarred with my tally marks. I'm exhausted, burned out, and I can barely remember my family's faces. But I have to escape. That's the only code running in my brain, even if my parents are long gone. 5 centuries of XP grinding made me a god. Nothing in the abyss can touch me. But fate. Fate is trolling me hard. Infinite power, zero exit. Just endless islands to conquer. Here's the kicker. While I was stuck in the void, the real world outside went through a total apocalypse. Over 20 towers spawned on Earth. Before humanity could even process the graphics change, it hit the fan. The dungeon break happened. Legions of monsters poured out and started spawn camping humans. They called it Judgment Day. But then some survivors awakened, gaining access to a mysterious player system. The meta changed. Awakened humans started stacking incredible powers as time went on. Civilization hit the reset button, and the awakened formed the Hunters Guild to fight back. Back in the abyss, I'm chasing down a demon wolf, screaming at it to quit kiting me. Let me check your pockets for a number, but suddenly, a mystical chain hooks the wolf, and I hear a human voice. She used a high-tier teleport scroll. Stop her now. Don't let the cast finish. The wolf starts floating, wrapped in teleportation energy. I freeze. That light, that portal opening up above. Is that my way out? I don't hesitate. I launch myself off the ground like a rocket. I waited 500 years for this glitch. I am not missing the bus. I whisper a prayer and dive straight at the wolf and the portal. But the system fights back. A red alert flashes. Warning, Abyss cannot teleport two life forms simultaneously. I swear under my breath, not today, system. I latch onto that demon wolf like a vice. I'm hitching a ride, whether it likes it or not. Meanwhile, topside, the situation is tense. A woman is cornered by a squad of greedy hunters eyeing the level 60 scroll in her hand. One guy smirks, hand over the loot or we delete you. The woman is terrified, screaming. PvP is disabled, you're violating the hunter code. The level 38 barbarian just laughs. Rules are for NPCs, sweetheart. He points his massive blade right at her face. She's shaking. He sneers, give me the scroll, and I might let you keep your arms. That snaps something in her. She clutches the scroll behind her back. You want to play dirty? Fine. The hunter's expressions drop. She's force-activating the summon. Stop her, DPS her down. The barbarian doesn't hold back, winding up a kill shot to end her and loot the scroll before the spell completes. Instantly, a terrifying aura explodes from his body with static lightning crackling all around him. Just as the blade is about to split the woman's skull, she jukes the attack and forces the summon. The hunters are shook. If she actually pulls this off, no one is taking down a high-level boss monster like that. If I'm going down today, I'm dragging you to hell with me. A massive swirling vortex rips open the sky above. A lightning bolt crashes from the vortex, bullseyeing the woman's summoning scroll. Every hunter on site gets blasted back by the shockwave. Cold sweat drips down the barbarian's face. This energy is off the charts. This is bad news. We need to bounce now. Moments later, something starts crawling out. Slowly from the lightning, they stare daggers at the summoned creature, waiting for the horror. But when they see what actually spawned, they freeze. It's literally just a level 3 hell wolf. Totally mid. Seeing this, one hunter disrespectfully tosses a bone at it. They're about to bust a gut, laughing at the scene. Even the girl is clueless. She defended that scroll with her life only to summon. Such a trash tier mob. Fate is trolling her hard. Suddenly, a hand punches straight through the demon wolf's torso. With barely a flex, I rip the wolf's body cleanly in half. Now the hunters are losing their minds. Is that a humanoid monster? That's unheard of. The summoner is totally flabbergasted. She definitely didn't expect this plot twist. I speak slowly, savoring the moment. Finally, I escaped. 500 years in that hellhole. Just thinking about it makes me sick. Then I let out a hype scream at the sky. I'm finally out of that place. I'm free, the raw aura pouring off me. Has these hunters shaking in their boots. Just hearing my laugh makes them lock up. This power level is probably way beyond our domestic S-rank hunters. One hunter stares me down, intently. What exactly are you? Why did you spawn from the warp gate? Hearing her ask that, I cut the wild laughter. I take one step and instantly glitch, right in front of her. I'm moving so fast I'm leaving after images. This hunter has no clue what's going through my head. For 500 whole years, I haven't seen a single human face. So seeing them now, it actually feels heartwarming. I immediately wrap my arm around her shoulder like we're besties and ask, is this Earth? The woman stammers, This is Earth. Upon hearing the confirmation, I burst out laughing again. I'm finally back. I check out the two people nearby, and their drip is weird. You guys doing some cosplay or what? Their expressions instantly turn salty. Next second, two of them rush me from behind trying to jump me. But what they don't expect is that I don't dodge or run. I just stand there letting their attacks smack right into me. But their weapons shatter the second they touch my skin. My eyes flash with killing intent. What do you think you're doing, you morons? When the barbarian meets my gaze, he's absolutely petrified. What kind of monster are you? In that moment, my afterimage is already in his face. You dare call me a monster? You looking to die? Suddenly, my vision gets hazy, and I start hallucinating the barbarian as a monster from the abyss. I snatch him by the neck and pin him down hard. I show zero mercy to abyss monsters. I speak low and dangerous. Let me see your number. I need to loot the crystal from your body. Hearing this, the barbarian is totally lost. What number? We have no idea what you're yapping about. His scream snaps me back to reality. Damn, almost fragged the wrong guy. I slowly loosen my grip, and the barbarian drops like a sack of potatoes. Dude actually peed himself. Can't blame him though, the aura radiating off me is pure nightmare fuel. He's probably thinking the country's top S-rank hunter couldn't even touch me. Knowing they're outmatched, they think about running. But the barbarian's legs have turned to jelly. He can't even stand up. I give them an ultimatum. You four, get lost. I'm not in the mood to catch bodies right now. You stay, you die. The squad scatters in a blind panic, terror in their eyes. Once the trash takes itself out, I look at the summoner. She spots the scars covering my back and looks stunned. Insane power, but brutal scars. What kind of hell did this guy survive? But no matter where he came from, she's sure of one thing. He is definitely not just some summoned monster. She stares at the scroll, totally shook. A human being summoned from the abyss. That's unheard of. While she's spiraling deep in her own head, I lock eyes with her. Hey, real quick, how long have these towers been standing? She freezes like her brain just rebooted before she stammers a reply. 5 years, she says. Everyone knows that. How could you not know? I squint at her skeptical. 5 years? Try 500. That's how long I rotted in that hellhole. If I'm really back on Earth, what's the deal with this magic scroll? And her outfit? None of the math is adding up. Terrified she might set me off, she spills the tea fast. Ever since the towers rose up, a system took over humanity. In no time, 1/3 of our cities were wiped off the map. She pulls up a holographic replay to prove it. The 5th city got hit with 7 massive raids. I barely made it out alive. I glance at the data, and my blood runs cold. That's City S, my hometown. Panic kicks in hard. I grip her arm tight. Tell me exactly what's happening in City S right now. She winces. City S is a wasteland. Most sectors are total rubble, but high-level hunters just deployed there for support. They should be clearing out the monsters any minute now. I don't hear the rest. My home is burning. I need to be there yesterday. Point the way. Now. Her shaky finger lifts, and the second she indicates the direction, boom, I launch like a spectral missile. I'm gone. Before her eyes can even register the blur, she's left standing in the dust, mind completely blown. That guy was definitely not a summoned beast. Summons don't have free will like that. She needs to text her sister as soon as possible about this. A human dude just walked out of a summoning gate. This changes literally everything. Meanwhile, the barbarian wet himself, literally. His squad has to drag his sorry carcass. They don't get far. A wall of pitch-black energy erupts in front of them, cutting off their escape route. Who's there? One of them screams. The figure slowly turns around. Their hearts stop. Talk about bad luck, they just stumbled into another monster's den. Another apex predator. The killing intent is suffocating. Dark energy pulses off him like smoke. Just looking at his cloak makes them shiver. The power gap here. It's an ocean. Fight back. Impossible. Their hearts are hammering against their ribs so hard it hurts. I'm feeling generous, the figure rasps. 3 seconds. Tell me where he is. Clock's ticking. The barbarian is fuming inside. How did their day go so wrong? First, the summon, now this. They're drowning in high-level freaks. He freezes up completely. Who knew? That their lives would end in a blink. The hooded figure flicks his wrist casually. Splat. All 4 hunters explode into a fine red mist. Time's up. You wasted your chance. Don't blame me. System alerts pop up. 4 elites from the Tiger Roar Guild eliminated. Cut to Tiger Roar Guild HQ. In a luxury office, a secretary breaks the silence with bad news. Sir, we flatlined on the master tier squad signals. The girl's scroll is off the grid too. Snap. The man in the chair crushes his wine glass to dust with his bare fingers. His face is stone cold, but she knows he's about to erupt. Those experts you vouched for. They couldn't handle a level 19 summoner, and they all died instantly. Do your job better. But the data nags at him. Instant death for all 4 simultaneously. One shot. Who on earth has that kind of firepower? Meet Lee Katai, a level 118 storm priest. He barks orders. Find out who is messing with my plans. If they're weak, bury them. He strides to the window, gazing over the city skyline. Anyone touching his crew is dead meat. Suddenly he blinks. Is he seeing things? A long-haired figure, streaking across the sky. Impossible. The S-rank hunter frowns. The scent of blood is overwhelming even from here. Who is that? He needs answers right now. No one in Korea goes unchecked on my watch. But then he notices where the figure is heading, and pauses. Yo, isn't that a forbidden zone? Why is he walking straight into it? Does the guy have a death wish or something? He doesn't get it. This invasion isn't random. There's a puppet master pulling the strings from the shadows. And that tower, the one that's been dormant for 5 years, it just woke up. I tune out the noise. My target is City S, and I'm not wasting time. 10 minutes flat, and I'm there. But what I see stops me dead in my tracks. I touch down on a rooftop to get a better look. It's a total nightmare. The sky is swarming with beasts. City S. It's been reduced to rubble. Looks like this zone is already lost. I did 500 years of hard time in the abyss, but out here, only 5 years have passed. That time gap is the best news I've heard. But looking at this wreckage, my stomach drops. It's a literal hellscape. Our mom and dad still breathing. All those centuries in the dark. The only thing keeping me sane was the thought of getting back to my family. I knew I could make it, but I didn't think it would take 500 years to claw my way out. That weak kid who fell in, he's gone. I run the abyss now. Down there the monsters don't hunt me. I hunt them. After 200 years, I almost broke. I started thinking there was no way my parents survived that long. I survived on raw monster guts every single day. Disgusting doesn't even begin to cover it. But every time I thought about quitting, I swore I'd make it home. Dead or alive, I had to return. That promise is my fuel. Suddenly, a brainless bat monster dives at me. I wind up for a hit. Next second, the thing gets blasted out of the air. Splattered. This trash mob. Probably died just from my pressure. But back to the math. 500 years there equals 5 years here. My folks and brother might actually be okay. Just hang on a little longer. I hit my old block. The street used to be buzzing with life. Now, total ghost town. Every building looks like it went 12 rounds with an earthquake. Weirdly, no signs of a struggle here. Guess the monsters only target crowds. I reach my front door. My heart is hammering against my ribs. I'm shaking. After all this time, chill is not an option. Crack. I accidentally ripped the handle off. Oops. Door was already weak. I step into the shadows. Sunlight cuts through the dust, hitting my silhouette as I walk into my old room. I look like a giant in this small space. Totally alone. I scan the room. Empty. I knew nobody would be here, but I had to check. This place. Too many memories. Wait. Something's different. A note on the table. I pick it up, hands trembling, and start to read. It says, "Dear son, everyone says you're gone, but mom and dad know you're alive. We kept your room exactly how you left it. We know you're coming back. Please find us. We even bought clothes. From small to extra large. All the styles you liked. That breaks me. Tears start streaming down my face. I can't believe they risked their lives coming back here just to leave this note." I open the closet, like mom said. Boom. Stacks of clothes. And buried in there something else. A map to shelter number 6. And a family photo. Mom's gut instinct was dead on. I clutch that photo album and just lose it. 500 years. By year 200, I forgot their faces. Now it's all rushing back. Then I spot a dagger on the shelf. I catch my reflection in the cold steel, the eyes staring back. I don't even know my own strength anymore. But if I can crush every beast out there, I can end this apocalypse for good. I grab the blade and start hacking. Snip. Off goes the long hair. Fresh clothes on. Minutes later, I'm a new man. Maybe I can make up for lost time. 5 years, I can work with that. The hair on the floor is the old me. Time for a reboot. Went from caveman to cover model real quick. Even with the scar, I'm looking sharp. Target locked, shelter number 6. Mom, Dad, I'm coming. I'm pushing east, strictly following the map. Next stop, shelter 6. But the map is a joke. The whole route is a wasteland of twisted ruins. Sticking to the main road, totally impossible. Like a little rebel is gonna stop me, please. I survived the abyss. I've navigated hellscapes way worse than this. If the road is blocked, I'll just blaze my own trail. I crouch and launch myself skyward, blasting off the concrete like a rocket. Turns out my shortcut isn't just cool, it's efficient. I'm gonna hit shelter 6 in record time. Suddenly, some giant avian freak spots me. It dives, razor claws aiming straight for my throat. Big mistake. With one casual swipe of my hand, I tear the thing clean in half. Low-tier trash actually thought it could step to me. Death wish granted. I keep moving, bounding across the shattered skyline. Every landing cracks the building frames. I'm pushing the speedometer to the absolute limit. Meanwhile, 2 guys are chilling with some drinks nearby. They hear a massive boom. "You're drunk, bro," his buddy laughs, waving it off. "Guard duty is rotting your brain." Nothing ever happens, their jaws drop. A literal streak of lightning tears through the sky above them. Too fast to track. Too fast to be human. "Yo, did you see that?" The guy on the left screams, pointing up. His friend blinks. "See what?" All he felt was a shockwave slapping him across the face. Lucky for them, a third guy was filming a vlog and caught the whole thing on camera. Their tech is next-level slow-mo capability up to 300 times. They scrub through the footage. Freeze frame. Holy, that's a human being flying through the air. I'm tearing toward shelter 6 when a scream cuts through the air. I look down, hunters cornering a defenseless woman. "Please, I just wanted food," she cries. "I didn't know anyone was out here." "A girl, out here." The leader licks his lips, eyes hungry. "Relax, sweetheart. We're the good guys." "Yeah, right." With a grin that twisted, even an idiot knows he's up to no good. "We'll take real good care of you," he sneers. The girl freezes pure terror, locking her muscles. She prays they stay back. The hunter shoves her to the ground hard. "Don't be scared," he lies, his face twisting into a sick, predatory, lecherous look. "We'll be gentle." Crack. A noise from behind cuts him off. The concrete shatters under my boots. Some things never change. Scum is always scum. My eyes burn with pure killing intent. I glare at the trio. The leader jumps back, startled. "Who's there? Quit playing games. Show your face. You mess with us, you're dead meat." He barely finishes talking before his goons lunge. One dual-wielding blades, the other looking like a budget knight with a shield. "Don't get cocky, white-haired punk," the knight wannabe screams. They blitz me, closing the gap in a heartbeat. I don't even flinch. I just stand there. Then, with a casual flick of my wrist, smack. Dude hits the pavement face first. Out cold. One slap. That's it. Didn't even stand a chance. Pathetic, I think. I could end bugs like you in my sleep. The dual wielder panics and hurls his sword at me. I sidestep it like I'm bored. Too slow. He rushes in, but I catch his arm mid-swing. Realization hits him. Then the pain follows. Pure agony screams through his arm. I press down, forcing him to bow. Then bam, my knee meets his face. The leader is fuming now. Who the hell are you? We're with the Tiger Roar Guild. You touch me, and the guild will hunt you down. Funny. He doesn't know I just scrapped 4 of his buddies earlier. Shuyin Gan, I say, tasting the name. Did you forget me already? It's only been 5 years. I brush my bangs aside, revealing my face. You're the one who destroyed my life. Look closely. Remember the guy you tried to murder? His eyes bulge out of his head. Impossible. You're supposed to be dead. Choi Yuk-do. Is that you? So Jin-han is freaking out, scrambling backward on the floor like a terrified bug. He tries to bail, muttering, no way, impossible, over and over. But for every inch he scoots back, I take a deliberate step forward. I want him shaking, losing his absolute mind. Jin-han screams, totally in denial. Stay back. How are you even breathing right now? I chuckle. What, I'm not allowed to exist. Slowly, I reach my hand out. Then I snatch Jin-han by the throat like a rag doll. I hoist him up, 0 effort. You didn't forget 5 years ago, right? You shoved me off that truck. Thanks to you, I rotted in the abyss for centuries. You have any clue what those centuries felt like? Pure terror floods Jin-han's eyes. One squeeze and snap, he's done. My knuckles crack. I was stuck in that hellhole way too long. Literal hell on earth. Now, it's his turn to take the tour. This scumbag has it coming. Back in school, he bled me dry constantly, shaking me down every single day. Then he tried to end me. So I'm about to shred his dignity into confetti. With my current stats, I'm basically a god. A shadow demon seems to manifest behind me, whispering, kill him. And yeah, the thought crosses my mind. But ending him, that's let him off too easy, right? Back in our school days, his bullying was straight torture. The shame, the helplessness, I never forgot. Not even after eons in the dark. So today, I'm paying him back with interest. He backed himself into a corner with the crap he pulled. Every time he crushed my pride and made me swallow it, I unclench my hand and slam him into the concrete. Death is off the table. I've got a way darker plan. Jin-han gasps, wheezing for sweet oxygen. He knows he just brushed past the Grim Reaper. I rub my eyes. After an eternity in the abyss, I feel like I'm turning into one of those monsters. But I can't let that happen. No way. But this trash, he didn't just bully me. He tried to assault that woman 5 minutes ago. Who knows how many victims he's racked up. So decision made. I'm gonna leave him, broken. Just a mouth-breathing vegetable unable to hurt a fly. Because wherever he goes, people get hurt. Jin-han, you took a shot at my life and missed. I won't kill you. But you're not walking away clean. He looks confused, trying to process my plan. For 2 whole years, he made my school life a living hell daily. Absolute nightmare fuel. I remember this one time. He beat a kid over a piece of bread. Time to settle the tab, I tell him. Just take 4 hits from me. And you walk. He clings to that sliver of hope, begging, if you kill me, with your power, the Hunter Guild will hunt you down. I grab his throat again. Don't worry about me. Those guild clowns can't touch me. Then right under his terrified gaze, I launch the first strike. I'm holding back, but even a fraction of my power is way too much for him to tank. Bam, his body slams into the pavement. He caves into the rubble. Then comes hit number 2. The double tap leaves his 2 lackeys completely frozen. Crack blood, sprays everywhere. The 3rd hit lands brutal impact. These strikes are payback for every day of bullying. He's barely conscious, wobbling. Get up, I order. I'm not done. Survive this last one and I ghost you forever. Jin-han begs me to just end him. After 3 hits, his body is basically trash. Living like this is pointless. But I didn't tell him to stand up so I could hear him whine. I stomp directly on his head. Remember, this is the bill for what you did. Boom, my foot grinds his skull into the concrete, crushing down hard. I keep my promises. If he survives the combo, I'm gone. After that beatdown, Jin-han's eyes are lights out, blind. Agony screams through every single cell. With his limbs pulverized in total darkness, he's fading fast without a doctor. But I won't let him die. That easy. I bark at his sidekicks, get him to a hospital. Now, if Jin-han croaks, I'll do the exact same thing to you. Jin-han better learn to never cross my path again, or I'll crush him on sight. Message delivered. I launch myself into the air and vanish. Priority number 1. Reach Shelter 6 immediately. I gotta book it, or Mom and Dad are gonna be in serious trouble. Out of nowhere, a high-pitched sonic boom rips through the air. Something is moving at max speed. It's moving so fast it's just a blur to the naked eye. Meanwhile, over at the S-City buffer zone, 3 grunts are shooting the breeze. Honestly, they'd rather be chilling on the wall duty than hunting monsters down here. Suddenly, the boss walks up. Quit acting shy, ladies. If a beast shows up, try not to wet your pants, and keep your heads on a swivel at all times. You never know when a monster is gonna pop out of thin air. That's First Lieutenant Lee Han-jun laying down the law. But the rookie claps back, assuring him, relax, sir, this is the buffer zone. Those nightmares from Zone X barely ever show their faces here. We just gotta stay awake, that's all. But literally, the second the words leave his mouth, jinx, A slimy tentacle snaps around his entire body in a death grip. Before the squad can even blink, their buddy is gone, wasted instantly. Enter the Kraken spawn. Level 45. Heavy armor class. The lieutenant screams, "Hold the line, don't panic. Break formation, and you're all dead." They unload their clips, but the bullets are bouncing off like useless pebbles. 0 damage. The beast glares down, eyes burning with pure rage as it scans the menu below. It's ready to snack on a few more just for kicks. The soldiers start spiraling. This boss level is way too high for them. Their weapons are absolute toys against this tank. Staying here is a suicide mission. With a thunderous boom, the beast launches. It goes airborne, casting a massive, suffocating shadow over the squad. Seeing this nightmare, the lieutenant barks orders immediately. Scatter, spread out, do not let it group wipe us. But he doesn't realize the troops are already paralyzed. Their legs have turned to jelly. As the beast descends, it locks onto the frozen soldiers. One swipe of a massive claw, and it instantly harvests another life. While the group faces total annihilation, one brave soul steps up and screams, "Get back." He's strapped with a massive explosive pack. "You ugly bastard, I'm taking you to hell with me." He goes full send, charging straight at the octopus monster. His squad lights up the beast, laying down heavy cover fire from the rear. Under the hail of bullets, the monster slows down just enough. The soldier gets right in its face. He's looking for a crit spot, trying to land a fatal blow on this thing. But then plot twist, the monster freezes. It stops attacking. And wait, is that terror in its eyes? The soldier is spared. But he's confused as hell. Why did the Kraken suddenly hit the brakes? A split second later, a sickening cracking sound echoes from the beast's body. Everyone is shook. This was supposed to be a massacre, but the monster just stopped cold. The whole squad is baffled. What the hell is going on? Even the squad captain looks completely lost. He can't figure it out. The Kraken is trembling with pure fear. This makes absolutely no sense. What could possibly scare a monster this big? The brave soldier doesn't care. He sees an opening and preps the package. One shot, one opportunity. He yeets the explosive pack. Instantaneously, a massive fireball erupts. The octopus is engulfed in flames, but when the smoke clears, they're horrified to see that even a nuke-level blast didn't leave a scratch. It's simple logic, really. The beast used its tentacles to shield its eyes. Protect the eyes, and this thing is basically immortal. The Kraken shakes it off and starts creeping toward the bomber, slow and menacing. Veins are popping out of its eyeballs. The soldier is paralyzed. He gave it everything he had. All that power and not a dent. How is that even possible? The other soldiers have already bailed while the tentacles lock onto the bomber. But right then, my silhouette drops in. Bam! I stomp right through the Kraken's eyeball. Squashed like a bug. The monster that was invincible 2 seconds ago, it drops dead instantly. The soldier is jaw-dropped. The lieutenant looks like he's seeing a ghost. Does that mean those cracking sounds were the beast trembling because it sensed me coming? I slowly stand up, killing intent flooding my eyes. Didn't expect a military welcoming party out here. Perfect timing, though. Need directions to shelter. Number 6. Meanwhile, the lieutenant is frozen brain, completely short-circuited. He just watched a guy one-shot a beast that tanked a literal explosion. He's sizing me up hard. Never seen a player like this. He's thinking S-rank destruction, power minimum, maybe even god tier. He's desperate to ID me whatever the cost to his own HP. Pop-up window hits him. He triggers his special skill, Insight. Access denied. The level gap is just too massive to read. He's shook. First time the system ever ghosted him like that. Been stuck in this world a few hours, got the basics down, but my interface still glitching out. Dude just drained his energy bar for nothing. That peak probably cost him years of his lifespan. I give him the cold shoulder. Deadpan stare. Felt eyes on me. I stroll over to the grunt. Got a question. How far to shelter 6? The soldier snaps out of it to be helpful. 10 clicks north. But there's a catch, you gotta cross Zone X. Zone what now? Total confusion. What is this kid yapping about? Turns out that's the monster mosh pit. They herd the beasts there to keep the collateral damage low. Hunter territory. As he's briefing me, I overhear the squad chatter nearby. Jackpot rare drops everywhere. Abyss kills usually just give black crystals. But I didn't expect this. Real-world beasts dropping loot. It's literally an RPG. I'm fresh out of the abyss, clueless about my stats. So I grill the soldier, that monster back there. What was its power level? Guy starts sweating bullets. Level 45, sir. Total nightmare. Way above my pay grade. Even a full squad would get wiped instantly. Wait, a trash mob gives them trouble, I press him. So how many? How many level 45 plus monsters are in the nest? His face goes dark instantly. Maybe 100 tops. If they swarmed out, humanity would be game over. Long time ago. Inquisition over. I turn to leave. Soldier's flabbergasted. He can't process that level of confidence. Just as I step away, he snaps. He rushes me. Wait up, I pause, glance back. Spit it out. If it's easy, maybe I'll bite. He bows like I'm royalty. Please check out Zone X. It's a death trap, but with your stats, you could save a lot of lives. Recall checking, didn't he? Say the shortcut to the shelter cuts right through there. I shrug. Fine. I'll sweep Zone X. Wasn't the plan, but whatever. It's on the way to Shelter 6 anyway. Might as well farm some XP. And not just Zone X. Anything with a health bar gets deleted. 10 minutes later, base camp. Back lines. The lieutenant who fried his brain finally wakes up. Squad goes wild. Sir, you're back. He's awake, but he ignores the hype. How long was I out? 10 minutes, sir. That healing item from the beast drop saved you. Kicked in instantly. Without it, you'd be in a coma right now. He waves them off. Forget me. Where's the hunter, the one who saved us? Soldier reports in, he headed north, sir. Lieutenant clutches his head. Migraine still pounding. North, he mutters. Then it clicks. Panic mode. Say that again. The vibe shifts. Soldier realizes something's up with the mystery hunter. He's going to Shelter 6, sir. Lieutenant's voice drops an octave. Did he say he's taking Zone X? Soldier nods, looking terrified. Yes, sir. And honestly, he looked like he was going for a walk in the park. He vanished instantly. No hesitation. The officer whips around, absolutely fuming. Inside, he's screaming. He finally found a hunter with that kind of aura, and now this. Dude is walking straight into a death trap. As he smashes the contact button for Central Command, the soldier looks shook. Central Command. Lieutenant, you serious? The lieutenant's heart is hammering against his ribs. It's pounding urgency. 10 minutes on the clock. If they hustle, they might just clutch this. He checks his wrist every 2 seconds. Suddenly, another grunt bursts into the room. Emergency signal sent. Waiting on the green light. But the soldier pauses. Why Central Command? What's the play? The lieutenant lowers his voice. This isn't a standard run. Top secret clearance. That's why you're in the dark. Zone X isn't a beast containment unit. It's way worse. That area is a kill box. Designated for total bombardment. Meanwhile, at HQ, a woman is yapping fast into the mic. Emergency ping from Zone ABZ. The massive guy in the center chair drops 2 words. Patch it. That's Central Commander Wan Tae-jong. Level 58, Fire Mage. The operator moves fast. Central Command is receiving a code red from First Lieutenant Lee Han-jun right now. Authorization granted. Fingers fly across the keyboard. The link snaps into place. Code W342. This is Lieutenant Lee. We have a critical situation. He spills the tea on the encounter. Just now, an unidentified hunter walked straight into the blast zone. He has zero clue about the op. Juan's eyes go ice cold. So you called to report your own screw-up. Hope you're ready to pay the price. Hearing that icy tone, the lieutenant hangs his head. He knows he's in deep. He can't afford to trigger Juan, but he needs to send that warning blast. He has to warn him about the airstrike. The lieutenant is pushing hard. Because he knows I'm built different. He refuses to let a top-tier player get wiped. He repeats it verbatim. Now Juan is actually interested. You saying this guy is cracked. Then he drops the main question. If he's that strong, what's his level? Unknown. The lieutenant admits he couldn't even scan my stats. Juan practically wheezes with laughter. This is how you lead. A level unknown rando breaks protocol, enters a kill zone, and you want me to pause the war. Are you trolling? The woman beside him scoffs. Guy's probably cooked already. They start roasting him. You might be brain dead, but you've got a future in comedy. You disturbed command for this. He glares at the woman standing next to him. Clearly your training program is garbage. No survival instincts. Who taught these idiots? They're chatting like it's a tea party. I can't speak on the chain of command, but this subordinate is acting wild. If I report you for obstruction, it's your head on the chopping block. Make a choice. Park Soo-jin stares him down. Is she gonna drag her squad down for this? She knows the big guy is a total tool. Zero leadership, just nepotism. If he didn't have that talent and his backers, he'd be an NPC. She looks at her soldier. The lieutenant she trained from the ground up is risking it all for a stranger, even if it tanks the mission. She knows him. He's not dumb. He's calculated. If he's going this hard for the guy, the stranger must be an absolute monster. The lieutenant keeps his head down, terrified to make eye contact. Park Soo-jin thinks it over. She can't offend the big guy, but she has to back her man. She speaks slowly. I don't think you interfered at all. Messing with our ops on purpose. He better have a solid reason. I'll give him one shot to convince me otherwise. The mission proceeds. And him, I'm personally dragging him to a court-martial. It's a calculated move. She's throwing him a lifeline while keeping the big guy in the suit off her back. But the lieutenant is frozen stiff. He met her literally minutes ago. He has zero clue how to play this. Plus, a military tribunal spells game over. The higher-ups just rig the verdict to whatever fits their narrative right. She pivots to Hwan Tae-yong. That answer works for you, doesn't it? Let's hear his excuse. Hwan hates it, but he knows better than to square up against Park Soo-jin. She is an S-rank hunter after all. So he redirects his rage at the lieutenant. First Lieutenant, Lee Han-jun, spit out a valid reason right now, or Park Soo-jin and I will destroy you in court together. Cornered with no way out, the lieutenant drops the bomb. The target I'm talking about. He one-shot a level 45 baby kraken. Took it down instantly. Park Soo-jin's eyes go wide as the report hits her. It sounds insane. If the intel is real, isn't this guy way beyond an A-rank hunter? Could be a hidden military S-rank. If he's one of ours, extraction is absolute priority. But Wan Tae-yong cuts her off cold. Impossible. All S-rank assets are deployed on active grids. No confirmed BZ signal. He's just a wild stray. Park Soo-jin keeps her cool despite the shock. Why don't you have his stats? Didn't you use insight? Something isn't adding up. The lieutenant stumbles, struggling to explain. I don't get it either. I popped my skill saw 0 data and my HP bar just tanked. I actually took backlash damage just trying to read his file. Never happened to me before. Park Soo-jin is totally floored now. She remembers the lieutenant had successfully scanned her stats in the past. It wasn't a walk in the park, but he did it. He got results then. Which implies this mystery hunter is on a whole other level. The power gap is so massive. He couldn't see a thing. The lieutenant doubles down. This guy is a monster. If I hadn't blacked out from the scan, I never would have let him walk into the kill zone. Even Wan Tae-yong cracks under the pressure. If his info is blocked, he's gotta be at least level 100. Dead silence sweeps the command center. You could hear a pin drop as everyone reboots their brains to process this intel. Wan's fingers drum a nervous rhythm on his armrest. This is unprecedented. Finally, he locks in his decision. The hunter is a powerhouse, sure, but that's not enough to scrub the mission. Another figure stands up. Eastern Commander Shu Yin-ho, level 44 mage. He backs Wan's play. We can't abandon military protocol on a hunch. This op involves thousands of troops across 4 corps. We have the blast zone and buffer zone completely locked down. The playbook is simple: bombard the area, then have the garrison sweep up the stragglers. But if we blast an emergency evacuation siren, the beasts will react to that audio trigger. Every monster in the radius will swarm the same location instantly. The entire region would be overrun in minutes. We're talking thousands of soldiers' lives. Trade an army for one hunter. He shakes his head, face grim. Even for an S rank, we absolutely cannot take that risk. I'm sorry. The verdict hits First Lieutenant Lee Han-jun like a physical blow. His heart sinks into his boots. Watching a top-tier hunter get vaporized in the bombing zone, he can't stomach it. But the final call belongs to the commander. Park Soo-jin's expression tightens with regret. She parts her lips to speak, realizing both top brass have shut it down. Pushing harder now would only make a bad situation catastrophic. She denies the lieutenant's plea. We can't torch the collective effort of thousands just for one man. Decision is final. No objections. The video feed cuts to black in front of Lee Han-jun. Jun's signal glitches and cuts out. Dead air. Lee Han-jun screams into the comms but gets nothing but static. The mood in the command tent instantly crashes. Heads hang low in total defeat. Pure rage explodes. Crack Lee Han-jun crushes the comms device in his bare hand until plastic shards bite into his skin. The commander looks completely lost, like a deer in headlights. The private beside him rests a heavy hand on his shoulder. Lieutenant, you gave it everything you had. Don't put this on yourself, sir. But Lee Han-jun is drowning in frustration. He loathes his own powerlessness. He's a nobody who can't save a hero. The country is seconds away from losing. A freaking god-tier hunter. His face twists in agony, but orders are orders. He can't defy the brass. It's out of his hands. Suddenly, the private's eyes spark. A wild idea just clicked. It's a long shot. He locks eyes on the jeep keys dangling from the lieutenant's belt. Zero hesitation. Swipe. He snatches the keys. The lieutenant blinks, totally caught off guard. The hell, what are you doing with my keys? But the rookie already has a plan. A crazy suicidal plan. Drive straight into the blast zone. Warn that S-rank beast before the sky falls. 6 minutes to impact. It's a gamble, but it's possible. The kid moves like lightning. He rips the door open, slams the key in, and revs the engine. His heart is screaming one thing: make it. Just make it. The lieutenant explodes. You idiot. You want a court-martial too. Get your ass back here. If anyone's dying today, it's me. But the rookie tunes him out and stomps the gas pedal. Dust flies as the jeep peels out. Panic hits the rest of the squad instantly. Sir, order him back. If he goes in there, he's dead meat. But the lieutenant just pulls his cap down, shading his eyes. He doesn't call it in. He's got the guts. Let him ride. If he didn't pull that stunt, I would have. Now all they can do is pray this gamble pays off. Just come back in one piece, you reckless moron. Meanwhile, the jeep tears down the road. The clock is ticking under 5 minutes to detonation. Even at max speed, is it enough? What this rookie doesn't realize is that this suicide run is about to shift the timeline of the entire world, because the guy he's trying to save is the future savior of humanity. The kid scans the horizon, desperate for a sign of me. Panic starts to set in. He has no clue where I am. He floors it down the east sector shortcut engine, screaming, pedal to the metal. If he doesn't spot me here, it means I'm outrunning a motorized vehicle on foot. Just then, He hits the perimeter of Zone X. An idea strikes him. The loudspeaker. If he blasts it, I'll hear him. But fear grips his throat. If he turns that thing on, every monster in the zip code will lock onto him. It's a death sentence. While he debates it, the clock bleeds out. Tick-tock. Only 2 minutes left until the bombardment wipes everything off the map. Screw it. The rookie reaches for the mic. Who cares about me? I'm expendable. If I trade my life for that hunter's, that's a trade worth making. Decision made. He snatches the mic knuckles white and brings it to his lips. But when he tries to speak, nothing comes out. His voice is paralyzed by terror. 10 precious seconds tick by. The Jeep rolls on, but he's frozen. He feels like absolute trash. A disgrace to the uniform. What kind of soldier freezes up? But hold on, is he really a coward? If he was truly scared of dying, he wouldn't be in the kill zone. He sucks in a jagged breath, channels every ounce of adrenaline, and screams. Unknown hunter, it's me, the guy you saved back there. I don't know if you can hear me, but you gotta listen. Get out now. They're nuking the grid. The commander tried to stop it, but the operation was already greenlit. I came to get you out. You have to move. If you stay here, you're gonna get vaporized. His voice booms through the desolate streets, looping over and over. Skirt. I slide to a halt. Someone came back. For me, I scan the perimeter. Makes sense. The place is a ghost town because it's about to become a crater. My fingers crack as I clench a fist. Let them drop the bombs. These city monsters, they're nothing. But I gotta keep it real. I don't know if I can tank this kind of heat. I barely understand this high-tech military gear. If the government is confident these nukes can wipe out the beasts, that's a massive red flag for my survival chances. My body might not be able to handle that level of impact. Even if I don't get vaporized, I could end up critically wrecked. I kick it into high gear, my silhouette blurring as I zero in on that voice. That kid risked it all coming into the danger zone just to give me a heads up. No way am I letting him punch his ticket today. Meanwhile, the soldier is losing it. He's deep in the central zone, tears welling up, pure panic mode. He's scanning everywhere, but I'm a ghost to him. The clock is ticking, 4:59 and 25 seconds. The noise is like a dinner bell. A swarm of flying nightmares locks onto his position immediately. 4:59 and 32 seconds. They're on him. The kid's face goes pale. Pure terror. He knows he's cooked. Just like I thought, screaming his lungs out just invited the Grim Reaper to the party. 4:59 and 38 seconds. Survival instinct kicks in. He yanks the steering wheel hard. He's got to bail fast. But then at 4:59 and 49 seconds, he slams the brakes. He freezes because he remembers me. I'm still out here totally exposed to the blast. If he dips now, there's nobody left to warn the hunter. He's torn between fleeing and being a hero. He decides to risk it, grabbing the loudspeaker to keep shouting while he drives. Boom, a massive beast crashes down right in front of his hood. The poor guy is frozen stiff with fear. He's so petrified he doesn't even notice me standing right next to his door, casually knocking on the glass. He finally snaps out of it and spots me looking confused. Thank God you're alive. I cut to the chase. What's the deal with the warning? Are they seriously gonna nuke this place? But the soldier can't even get a word out. We're out of time. The clock hits 4:59 and 59 seconds. It's 0 hour. Beep. 5 o'clock sharp. We hear that terrifying whistle. The payload is launched from HQ, screaming toward the kill zone. In a split second, the sky rains fire. Missiles slam into the beasts, and the city blocks. The whole sector turns into a blazing inferno instantly. It's an absolute hellscape. The shockwave sends massive debris hurtling straight at us. I don't flinch, I smash my fist into the pavement. Bam, massive stone walls shoot up from the earth like a fortress. I swat away the flying rubble with one hand like it's nothing. Behind me, the car and the kid are without a scratch. Back at HQ, they're watching the feed. They're relentlessly pounding Zone X from 5 different angles simultaneously. Dust settles. That should have wiped the map clean. Huan Ta-Young keeps a stone-cold face. Send in the drones, he orders. I want a body count. Let's see how many we fried. And track the survivors. But then the tech crew gets confused. The sensors are flatlining. 0 life signs. The command room is buzzing. Where did the monsters go? Suddenly, the operator gasps. Her eyes go wide. The monsters. They're still inside the kill zone. It's impossible. The creatures at ground zero. They aren't even scratched. The commanders are shook. How? This defies all logic. The nukes worked fine. A level 50 mob should have been vaporized by that much firepower. Park Soo-jin narrows her eyes. Pull up the visual feed. Now, let's see what's really happening. The operator's fingers fly across the keyboard, syncing the drone cam to the main display. The whole room holds its breath as the live feed flickers onto the giant screen. There it is. A glowing crimson force field wrapping around the monster horde. That's not natural. These beasts don't have the IQ or stats to cast a shield like that. Then they spot him. A mysterious figure in a hood perched on a monster's shoulder. White hair flowing. It clicks instantly. The shield isn't coming from the monsters. It's him. Before they can analyze its static, the feed cuts to black abruptly. The drone just got swatted out of the sky. Get another bird in the air as soon as possible. One drone goes up. Boom. The second it hovers over the beast pack, target locked. Another signal, gone, just static. That monster's palm barely twitches. Squeeze, crush. The high-tech drone turns to scrap metal like a crushed soda can. Command center is officially blind on Zone X. Zero visuals. Every single eye in the sky just got wiped out. Park Soo-jin's face goes ice cold. Intel said this raid would be different, but this is a nightmare scenario. But hold up, what was that move just now? A wild, terrifying theory starts cooking in Soo-jin's brain. Are these things learning? Like, have they actually gained enough IQ to know we're spying on them from above? The top commander is absolutely shook. If these beasts have brains now, yeah, we are officially in big trouble. Immediate call goes out, evac, the residential block, NOL. Every soldier needs to pull back and sync up instantly. Soo-jin barks her own orders. Fall back, hold the walls, that defensive barrier is the final stand. These monsters cannot breach Zone X. But then, the radio crackles with a report that stops everyone cold. Total shocker. The Horde. They aren't hunting civilians. They're ignoring the people completely. Instead, they're swarming toward Zone B-22. Like moths to a flame, something over there is pulling them in. Eyes on the screen. Yup, they're breaching. Zone B-22. Click. Soo-jin connects the dots instantly. That's exactly where our mystery guy headed. But why is the entire monster army chasing him? Soo-jin doesn't waste a second. Send every spare drone to Zone B2. Now she needs to know what the heck stalled that monster wave. Zone B2 is dead silent. The bombing run is over, but the place is total rubble. As the dust settles from the explosions, that soldier finally creeps out of the vehicle. Dude looks around, barely believing he didn't just get vaporized. He rushes over, hyping himself up to chat, but he finds me locked in, staring dead ahead, not blinking. I snap, my head around. Get out. Now. See if he's still breathing. That only means one thing. The monsters survived the nukes too. And they're incoming. Suddenly my eyes catch a glint. Something is hurling straight at us. Fast. Right as the impact is about to flatten the soldier, I tackle him to the dirt. We look up. Wait, it's wreckage. A military drone. The grunt is floored. Did they just snipe a drone? His brain can't compute it. That's impossible. Unprecedented behavior. I look at him. Save the shock, kid. The main event is just getting started. We look toward the horizon. Hundreds of them. A slow, menacing tide rolling straight for us. The soldier's heart is pounding out of his chest. What is this? They never group up like an army. And it gets worse. Check the stats. These aren't trash mobs. Level 50, level 60. We're staring at the elite squad. The heavy hitters of the batch. And the boss, level 90. The soldier's legs give out. He hits the deck hopeless. It's over, he whispers. We're dead. I smirk. Chill out. Don't write the obituary yet. Sure, the airstrike failed. Good thing I didn't rely on their bombs anyway. I brought my own solution. And my plan, way simpler. I'm just gonna beat the life out of every single one of them. Mid-sentence, I launch myself. Full send, I shout back. Get your butt in that jeep and stay down. I tear through their ranks like a human wrecking ball. One pass and monsters just crumple. But I've got my eyes on the prize, the big boss. And wait, there's a figure standing on its shoulder. Time to see who's pulling the strings. I dash forward, but some grunt tries to play hero, blocking my path and swinging a massive iron hammer. Cute. He didn't expect me to catch it barehanded. I almost laugh inside. You thought that would hurt? Pathetic. The very next second, I send this level 60 beast flying into the air. Before he knows which way is up, my hand slams down, driving him straight into the dirt hard. But I don't stop. I'm already sprinting toward that shadow figure, perched on the boss, my aura flaring like a demon. He sees me coming, and the mount instantly raises a shield to tank the hit. Bad move. To me, that shield might as well be paper. I wind up channeling every ounce of power into my fist. K-boom. One hit. That's all it takes. The level 60 Guardian gets absolutely obliterated. Its head gone. Explodes into a fine red mist. I land gracefully on the other side, standing right in front of the rider. And when I finally see who it is, my blood runs cold. Here's the scary part. This guy has zero presence. A complete void. If my eyes weren't locked on his silhouette, I wouldn't even know he existed. That sends a chill down my spine. This situation just got messy. His power level, totally off the charts compared to those trash mobs. Then his voice cuts through the air, icy and calm. Took you long enough. Next thing I know, the head I just smashed into pulp starts knitting itself back together. Blink and it's fully healed, like my ultimate attack. Was nothing but a mosquito bite. But the real shocker, this beast speaks fluent human. You thief, he hisses. Give me back what's mine. I stare at him deadpan. Is this guy hallucinating? When did I ever raid your stash? He lets out this creepy, distorted laugh while crimson energy explodes from his palm. Apparently, I'm in debt, and the price is my life. Shadowy blades materialize behind my back, his summoned skill. Cute toy. Snap. I crush the weapon in his hand like a twig. You think this toothpick can hurt me? It can't even scratch my defense. I lock eyes with him unimpressed. If that's your best shot, you're dead meat. I flip his own summoned weapon around and aim it right at his face. Hood off. Let's see the ugly mug hiding underneath. But before I can fire, the massive behemoth charges. Its giant fist crashes down on my shoulder, trying to pancake me with raw strength. Above us, a drone hovers, live streaming the chaos. The cloaked guy barely glances at it. Human surveillance tech, here to spy on me. While he's distracted, I catch the giant's fist and launch myself upward, rocketing straight toward the hooded figure. You want me dead? Put some back into it, otherwise you're wasting my time. But the hooded guy looks at my incoming attack with pure boredom. Seriously, I ruled the abyss as the apex predator for 500 years, and on my first day back on Earth, I'm getting disrespected. Watch this. I expect my strike to skewer him, but the guy pulls a vanishing act, dissolving into smoke right before impact. My attack whiffs him and instead impales the giant monster's shoulder. What the hell? How did he ghost me? Slowly, his figure rematerializes, down by the monster's feet. Being watched by you insects is nauseating, he mutters. He raises a hand wind, swirling violently around him. He's puppeteering the monsters, overriding their instincts and ordering them to smash the drones and wipe out any human witnesses. Meanwhile, inside a crumbling ruin, a soldier pilots the drone, sweating bullets as he watches the feed. Suddenly static, drone down, but it doesn't matter. Mission accomplished. He got the footage. He replays the clip of me fighting. He realizes, that's why. The monster horde changed course. His eyes go wide. No way. Is that him, the hunter who soloed the beast? Wave. Even through a screen, my aura screams power. He turns to radio command, but a monster's hand slides, silently out of the shadows behind him. It doesn't strike yet. Instead, it gently shuts the door, sealing him inside. Like a rat in a trap, panic sets in. He never thought they'd find his hiding spot this fast. Back on the battlefield, I whip my head around. Octopus-like horrors are scaling the building. The cloaked man cackles. My minions feast on them all. That soldier's words echo in my mind. If a top-tier hunter steps up, think of how many lives could be saved. That grunt risked his neck just to warn me to run, all to buy time for civilians. Now he's trapped in wreckage, totally helpless. That settles it. I make my choice. I dive from the sky like a meteor. To win this war, I need to decapitate the leader. Take him out, and his army loses the ability to hunt my people. I hit the ground running. If I want to maximize the survivor count, I need to speedrun this boss fight. But suddenly, the giant monster unleashes a counterattack. I dodge backward instantly. Something feels off. Since fusing with the cloaked guy, that beast's power level just spiked hard. Just as I'm busy fending off this monster's assault, the mystery man decides to jump me from the sidelines. I sense his silhouette closing in fast. Panic zero. This guy is relentless. You really want a piece of me that bad. But right then, reality hits me with a total glitch. The dude standing in front of me is my literal doppelganger. No time for an identity crisis though, because he's already summoned a pitch-black longsword from the void. Definitely not the unboxing I wanted. That blade is leaking some seriously chaotic energy fluctuations. He opens his mouth, dropping the villain monologue, "I'm ending you, abyss thief. I'm taking back everything I lost." He doesn't wait for a reply, hurling the blade straight at me, but I've already read his trajectory like a book. While he strikes, I throw a counter. Snap, my fist connects perfectly with his wrist, bone-crushing style. The massive impact forces him to drop his weapon. And just like that, my left hand snatches the prize mid-air. I give him zero reaction time. The second I grip the hilt, I lock into a lethal slashing stance. Checkmate. He can't dodge this. I see pure terror wash over his face. Whoosh, I swing with everything I've got, but I hit absolutely nothing but air. Somehow he ghosted the attack. That skill is broken. Never seen anything like it. He can literally phase his body out of existence. I take a split second to vibe check the sword's energy. Maybe I'm tripping. Nope, this aura is way too familiar. I feel it pulsing. There is no mistake here. This blade is packed with the raw power of the abyss. Now, that is a sweet little bonus. Who knew the surface world had loot this high tier? I definitely scored big. Hooded guy looks absolutely triggered. "You're nothing but a weapon thief," he spits out. He flicks his hand and poof, the sword in my grip dissolves into ash instantly. So, that's how abyss power works. Looks like there are still a few hacks I haven't unlocked yet. Round 2 is gonna get messy. First priority, get the soldier to a safe zone. I ask if he's scared of heights. He says no. Bet. I lift the entire truck up. Hold on tight. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. I'm yeeting you back to HQ first. But of course, the hooded guy flashes this savage, twisted grin. Found your weakness. You want to save him. Watch me delete him. Dark energy flares in his palm. The strong don't exist to babysit the weak. We exist to dominate them. His hand drops, and an attack spawns right behind me. This guy is relentlessly annoying. If I keep running, that black sphere catches us. I have to set the vehicle down. Fine, we do it the hard way. I launch myself up, smash the orb, then extract the soldier. I channel every ounce of strength into my right fist, ready to one-shot this projectile. Boom, my fist collides with the black sphere. Direct hit, or so I thought. There's no impact. Nothing. I look up, the real attack is hiding behind the smoke screen. Then I hear the soldier scream below. Oh, this is bad. It was a classic bait and switch. I can't be in two places at once, and the hooded guy's magic has already hijacked the truck. I scream at the top of my lungs, bail out, jump, even if you break a leg. It's better than dying in there, but he doesn't know black vines are already flooding the cabin. The villain whispers right in the soldier's ear, "Don't be scared, little lamb, I'm taking you home." Then I see something straight up nightmare fuel. Those soft vines instantly harden into spikes, skewering the entire truck. The soldier inside didn't stand a chance. I rush to the wreck, hoping for a miracle. Hooded guy looks thrilled with himself. "You mad, don't get emotional. The angrier you get, the more I enjoy this." Crack. I snap his spike trap apart. But the soldier's body, it's just hanging there, suspended by the magic. Suddenly, the corpse's eyes snap open. He's moving. It's that twisted necromancy skill, the dark art of puppeteering the dead. The hooded guy is strutting, like he won the championship, flexing his power. I'm watching every move with laser focus. Watching everyone you love drop dead right in front of you, gotta say it's a total rush. Clueless. He has no idea he just signed his own death warrant. Only one of us is walking away from this today. I grit my teeth, barely keeping it together. You get off on trash-talking the dead too, huh? Major déjà vu. Reminds me of the bullies back in high school. The cloaked freak sees my rage spiking, and he's loving every second of it. Don't state the obvious, kid. Kills the vibe. Then boom, he launches his offensive. A swarm of razor-sharp rocks shoots from his palm. But I don't flinch. I don't even dodge. I let the barrage slam right into me. I know my limits. This stuff won't kill me. After hearing his sick logic. On the outside, ice cold. On the inside, I'm a volcano about to blow its top. Whoosh. I vanish. Next frame, I'm grounded, locked in and ready to brawl. Trash like you doesn't deserve to breathe. A split second later, I inhale sharp, channeling every ounce of power into my fist. If you've got the guts, don't run. We end this, right here, right now, to the death. But the cloaked guy, he vanishes instantly. He knows taking a hit this heavy would be game over. Only an idiot would tank this. Boom, I throw a haymaker so hard it feels like I'm ripping a hole in reality itself. Just the shockwave shatters his spike trap into dust. I glare at him, jaw clenched tight. He better pray I don't get an opening. Because if I do, I'm crushing his skull like a grape. I reach out and catch the falling soldier. He's gone. No way I'm letting them desecrate his body. Debris rains down around us from the impact. Tragedy is even in death, he's not free. That cloaked monster is still trying to pull his strings. Guilt hits me like a freight train. This is on me. I never should have dragged this soldier into my mess. Gently, I set him down inside the car. Listen, brother. I swear to God you're getting justice today. I secure him, and now it's his turn. A life for a life. Blood for blood. My engine revs to max and I blast forward. Blink and you'll miss it, I'm right in his face. He barely registers I'm there. But here's the weird part, my fist goes right through him. Abyss magic. He phased right out. Before I can process it, he teleports directly behind my back. Hey, rookie. You can't even control the abyss, yet you try to step to me. That's suicide. I smirk. Gotcha. You fell for the bait, moron. I spin and unleash a devastating hook. My fist buries itself deep into his cheek, the impact sending shockwaves through his skull. The cloaked figure gets ragdolled backward, flying helplessly through the air. He slams into the ground with a sickening metallic crunch. I casually flick the blood off my knuckles. You're not even in my league. Why act so high and mighty when you're this weak? Someone needed a serious reality check. Right now, Hood Guy is frantically puppeting monsters to block my path. Classic stalling tactic. He looks at me totally confused. How? How did you damage me? Before he can finish, I blitz right in front of him. Moron. Did you think I'd stay weak forever? Do you never learn? Just die here quietly and go apologize to my brother in hell. Pure terror washes over the cloaked man now. He's never seen anyone level up this fast in real time. He knows if this drags on, he's dead meat. He vaults onto a monster's shoulder, desperate to bail. But like I'm gonna let that slide, I launch myself up, matching his altitude instantly. You killed my brother, and think you can just walk away. Not a chance. But this guy is slippery. The moment I strike, he dives toward the ground to dodge. The cloaked man is shaking in his boots. He's way more tenacious than I gave him credit for. I lock onto him with pure killing intent. You might slip my grip, but let's see you dodge. This next one. I channel a massive surge of energy into my fist. It's a full power blast from the cursed abyss. Game over. The shockwave obliterates the monster's body instantly. But then plot twist, the gore starts pulling itself back together. Oh no you don't. I grab the regenerating chunks with my bare hands before they can fuse. I rip the abyss energy straight out of the beast's core. The monster stares at me in horror like, how is that even possible? Without its fuel, the body crumbles into dust. I dive bomb straight down. Hunting the cloaked freak. You're not escaping me today. The cloaked man is fuming. Driven into a corner, he has to pop his ultimate move. Shadow Union, he screams. Every single monster in the area gets drained dry as he sucks up their abyss power. A terrifying aura explodes. From him, he blasts me with a condensed wave of energy, blinding me instantly. Through the glare, I see a blur shoot past me. When the dust settles, it's dead silent. He's gone, vanished without a trace. I'm stunned. He burned a boss-level skill just to run away. I throw my shredded coat on the ground. My gear is trash, but thankfully, Mom and Dad's photo is safe. I yank the car door open, only to find the soldier inside is already a corpse. Looks like the necromancy spell broke. I snatch his dog tags off his neck and dig a shallow grave. He died because of me. I have to carry that weight. Thinking about that killer wearing a face, exactly like mine, makes my blood boil. This isn't over. He absorbed all those shadows, so he's dangerous now. And he threatened my people. I can't let him get to them. I need to speed run to the shelter. I have to beat him there. I kick off the ground, moving like a streak of lightning toward Shelter 6. Little did I know, a drone caught that entire brawl in 4K. 15 minutes later, Park Soo-jin rolls up to the scene. She orders her squad to sweep the area. Don't let a single rat escape. A soldier checks the drone feed and his jaw hits the floor. The footage shows total monster eradication. S-rank Hunter Park Soo-jin feels a chill run down her spine. Pull all the data now. She sees the aftermath. That rookie Lee Han-jun, he didn't just survive the bombing. He solo cleared the entire monster nest. That's a feat even an S-rank would struggle to pull off. Just then, Park Soo-jin's lackey hits the jackpot. There's a drone lying on the ground, completely intact. The look on his face says it all. The memory card is pristine. We're talking instant access to the data right now. 60 seconds later, Park Soo-jin is locked in, scanning the footage. She analyzes every frame from start to finish, not missing a single pixel of suspicious activity. Boom, she spots the soldier who snitched on me earlier, and standing right next to him, that silver-haired enigma. That has to be the mystery hunter. While Soo-jin is glued to the screen, her squad is busy scouring the battlefield, vacuuming up loot dropped by the monsters. Suddenly, one grunt strikes gold, literally. He spots a treasure glowing with an ominous purple light. The system window pops up. It's a white vial, a special energy elixir that permanently boosts the user's magic power. Massive buff. And that white blade, it's a rank A weapon, the ancient royal dagger. But the real prize, the thing that locks his attention, is this golden box. Its stats are totally glitched, unidentifiable. Just as he reaches to swipe the goods, a squadmate creeps up behind him. Yo, what'd you find? He instantly clutches the loot, tight against his chest, gaslighting him like, nothing bro. But before he can even blink, a figure drops from above with a creepy villainous cackle. The soldier jumps out of his skin, terrified he's about to get exposed. The newcomer clocks the box's value in a split second. If I'm not wrong, the raid leader dropped that. Looks like a rare drop. Even the info is encrypted. A greedy smirk creeps across his face. Pocketing military property. That's a court-martial offense. You know the drill, right? The soldier's stomach drops. Is this guy gonna rat him out? If he does, it's game over. Cornered, he tries to cut a deal. Look, if you report me, nobody gets the loot. Let's split it. The man seems cool with the arrangement and immediately reaches for the golden box. The soldier panics. Dude, that box definitely has a legendary item. I can't just give that up. The man grips his shoulder hard. You don't have a choice. Either I get first pick or I report your ass. Defeated, the soldier hands over the gold box. The moment he grabs it, the man's face twists into a wicked grin. Finally, the puppet reliquary is mine. Meanwhile, after a marathon run, I finally pull up to shelter number 6. I scan the perimeter. No signs of recent monster attacks. The place is a fortress, totally locked down, with heavy artillery aiming from the back. The civilians moving in and out look totally unbothered. This place must be guarded by some serious heavy hitters. I move to enter, but my mind drifts back to that hooded figure from earlier. I can't sense his presence at all. In fact, my sensors are reading 0 powerful auras here, which is weird. Without strong protectors, this place should have been wiped off the map ages ago. Suddenly, a guy in a bamboo cone hat steps right into my path. I'm confused. Is this dude blind, or does he just not know how to walk? But no, he's headhunting me. That scent. Your blood is thick. You're from the outside world, aren't you? I give him a nod. Yeah. What do you want? I'm busy, no time for small talk. The guy chuckles. In that case, let's make a deal. He flashes a thick stack of cash. I want to buy intel about the outside. Easy money. Fine by me. If it's something I know, I'll spill. Just as he starts looking smug, I flip the script. But first, I've got a question for you. A monk, talking like a businessman. You're definitely a fake. The man bursts into laughter. Didn't expect you to bust me that fast. The outfit, just a hobby. I point at his face. Is covering your eyes a hobby too? He looks a bit thrown off. He's probably thinking, this kid is a headache. He lifts the eye patch, revealing eyes shut tight. I've got an eye condition. Can't open them recently. Nice try, but I'm not buying it. I can feel the terrifying energy leaking from those slits. This guy isn't just some random NPC. He's hiding his power for a reason. Looks like this shelter is hiding a wolf in sheep's clothing. I decide not to push it. What info do you need? Now, it's finally his turn to grill me. This guy's been stuck in the city way too long. He's desperate to know the situation out there. He's clocked the armed soldiers gathering on the walls. He knows they're prepping for war. He's sure the average civilian hasn't picked up on the vibes yet, but he heard the explosions outside and now he's curious. He needs the real story on what's going down. I pause, analyzing him. This guy is sharper than I thought. Better keep my true nature under wraps for now. I let out a laugh. Honestly, I'm total clueless about the chaos outside. Just heard this massive boom from the southwest scared me so bad I dropped my cards. Ended up using my shirt as a makeshift map. That catches the guy off guard. I see, he mutters clearly, processing the intel. You're hiding your power level too, huh? Still, he tosses me some cash for the info. Knowing the direction is all he needs. Huge help, he says. Is he seriously heading that way solo based on a vague tip? I gotta wonder. What's his game plan? I have zero clue how many heavy hitters like him are crawling around this city, so I definitely can't cause a scene. It'd totally wreck my search. Plus, there's the fact that a shady character like me can just waltz through the city freely. That proves there are some serious powerhouses running the show here, unless we're all just facing a common enemy. So their guard against fellow humans is pretty chill. Time flies and suddenly night falls. I duck into a clothing store and burn some of that monk's cash. Snagged a trench coat. Looks pretty sick, honestly. Wearing it gives me a vibe. I think that guy's name was Chen Xiaoyu. Whatever the main mission right now is tracking down my parents. Scanning the area, I realize this city is way more massive than I imagined. Looks like I gotta go old school to find them. Fingers crossed this goes smoothly. I tap a woman gently on the shoulder. Excuse me, ever seen the couple in this pic? But she looks totally shook. She starts waving her hands like crazy, swearing she's never laid eyes on them. Then she bolts. I'm left standing there speechless. That reaction was way too intense. Like I just showed her a ghost or something. Suddenly, some dude comes up from behind cursing up a storm. His voice grabs my attention. Surprisingly, he marches right up to me, looking salty, hitting on girls in the middle of the night. Pathetic, hearing that I flash step right in his face, staring him down with zero chill. You better watch your tone. Our eyes lock and sweat starts pouring down his face. He's definitely not a local. Pointing at my pic, he goes, "What decade is this? People still use photos to pick up chicks at night. So lame." I hold the photo up so he can actually see it. "Have you seen these two?" The guy freezes. "You just harassing everyone you see." But his voice cuts off abruptly and his face twists in pure terror. "How do you have their picture?" He looks up, voice trembling. "What's your connection to them?" My heart does a flip. Finally a lead on my parents, I quickly tell him I'm their son. Spiky hair carefully compares my face with the kid in the photo. "You look completely different." Now he's ticked off. He rolls up his sleeves, ready to throw hands. "You mocking me?" Right then, a truck hauling monsters rolls by. The driver panics and slams the brakes hard, but I don't even blink at the chaos. Next second, the truck smashes into me, wham, but I don't budge a single inch. Spiky hair is absolutely shook. Is he looking at a human or a ghost right now? I just brush off my shoulders. "My bad, missed what you said." "Run that back." The guy's arrogance vanishes instantly. He instantly switches to being totally meek and obedient. Even pretends we're buds. "Oh, it's you. Long time no see." He points down the road. "Just follow this path, you'll find your home. I even held you when you were a baby, remember?" I ignore his rambling and start walking where he pointed. "Appreciate it. Once I find my folks, I'll hook you up with a reward." Spiky hair forces a smile and waves. No need to be polite, I don't need a reward. But the second my back is turned, he sprints in the opposite direction. This screams big trouble. "I gotta rally the crew," he yells. I'm feeling a bit confused. Even a low-level thug knows where my house is. That's wild. But thinking about it, it kinda tracks. Dad treats everyone he meets like gold. Probably because of that vibe, he leaves a huge impression on everyone. Mom's the same way, always super sweet to the neighbors. But in this world, people that nice just get exploited. I clench my fists hard. My parents are good people. But me, not so much. Now that I'm here, I've got their backs. No one's ever gonna mess with them on my watch. After walking a bit longer, I pause at a corner. This should be the spot Spiky Hair pointed out. But get this, it's a ghost town, and there's this massive wall blocking the entrance. Do my parents seriously live in there? That's pretty bougie. Just looking at the entrance, I can tell my folks are ballin' in this city. Guess they haven't been suffering after all. Hype building, I knock on the door. Pure joy kicks in. It hits me instantly, that voice. Familiar yet echoing from a lifetime away. 500 years to be exact. 5 centuries of silence since I last heard his tone. It's Dad. He must be chatting with Mom. Clocking out early today. The door swings open, Dad expecting his wife, but instead he freezes. It's me, standing there, stark white hair framing my face. Realization dawns on me too. Dad has aged way more than I pictured. The confusion on his face lasts a split second before morphing into pure, unadulterated rage. Who the hell are you? You're blocking the doorway for my wife. He studies my face, searching for a trace but finds nothing. I can't blame him. 500 years transforms a man. Physically, I haven't aged a day, but my aura is completely alien to him now. Dad, it's me. Did you seriously forget your own son? Dad flinches, shock rippling through him. You think I'm stupid? My boy doesn't have white hair. Still, he drags me into the living room. We sit, the air heavy with tension. Dead silence. Mom breaks the ice, drifting in with tea. Dad finally speaks, his voice low and calculating. I don't buy it. You look nothing like him. We need proof. I let out a dry chuckle. What kind of proof, old man? He insists I've changed too much, demanding we trade. Classified father-son intel to verify my identity. But right now, the stakes are higher. Dad's eyes flicker to the ceiling. The shadow unit is up there. One wrong word and they've got orders to liquidate me. He has no clue. I can sense every move they make. He's still treating me like a threat, but honestly, the security makes me proud. Dad's been running a tight ship. Time to spill the tea. I actually feel bad for the poor ninja up there. He's about to hear things that will haunt him. Round 1 begins. Every weekend, you sneak off to the home economics support group for cooking lessons. Dad looks like he swallowed a lemon. How do you know that above us, the shadow captain is questioning reality? He never, in a million years, imagined the boss in an apron, whisking eggs with housewives. That was just the appetizer. Here comes the main course. You also ditch work for ballet class weekly. The assassin on the roof is praying for a swift death. He knows he's not making it out of this alive. Visualizing the supreme leader doing a pirouette breaks his brain. Dad glares daggers at the ceiling. His eyes scream, picture me in a tutu and you're a corpse. The intensity is lethal. The shadow captain feels a phantom blade pressing against his jugular. A shiver runs down his spine. The room is thick with awkwardness. Dad, however, doubles down. WikiLeaks level info, sure. But that doesn't prove blood. I laugh, leaning back. Fine. Want to get into the deep family lore? Dad's eyes widen slightly. If you've got it, spill it. Oh, I've got it. Don't say I didn't warn you. You really comfortable with an audience for this one? Hearing what comes next, beads of sweat pop up on Dad's forehead. He actually stammers. Just say it. I spin around and point to the katana display on the wall. That legendary Japanese sword. It's a cheap knockoff. Hearing knockoff, the ninja above starts sweating buckets. Panic flashes in Dad's eyes, but he bluffs hard. Don't be ridiculous. Where's your evidence? To give him the receipt he asked for. I stand up and grab the blade. See this handle? It's got my brother's teething marks on it. The shadow captain's heart is hammering out of his chest. He knows this is his funeral. He uncovered the boss's ultimate lie. He remembers the war story Dad told. About fighting with that sword in his mouth, hands tied, slaying 38 enemies. The battle scars were toddler bites. With a snap, I whip the sword out. The guard above tenses, ready to drop on me. He thinks I'm armed and dangerous. Instead, I press the blade against my palm. If memory serves, this is the retractable toy version, right click. I was right. Dad curses from behind me. You little bastard. The next second, he tackles me not in a fight but in a crushing hug. We thought you were gone. We searched for years. Nothing. The old man breaks down, sobbing like a lost child. Look at that face, pure, unfiltered joy. Our boy is finally home. Mom and Dad spent every waking second hunting for me since the day I vanished. Dad tore the city apart looking for clues, and somehow amidst the chaos he accidentally became the big boss. And now, that fearless leader is sobbing like a baby. Kinda pathetic, right? Hey, mind dragging that eavesdropper down from the ceiling. Up in the rafters, the shadow captain is absolutely shook. He's never seen the boss crack like this. We're talking about a man who, bathed in blood, a literal god of war who stacked bodies like cordwood. Memories are flashing through the captain's skull. It hits him hard. In all his years of service, the boss never shed a single tear. Not one. Even if he leaked this intel, nobody would buy it. As he watches, cold sweat starts dripping down his face like a leaky faucet. Suddenly, this cozy living room feels deadlier than the deepest circle of hell. He needs to bail now, just praying they don't scrub him to keep the secret. Too late. Crash. A hand smashes right through the ceiling tiles and locks onto his ankle. I stare up at the shadow captain, flashing a $1 million grin. Yo, what's the rush? Dad wants a chat. How about you grace us with your presence down here? Next thing you know, it's a family meeting plus one. Dad locks eyes with the spy. Out of all my guys, you've got the biggest mouth. You know the drill, right? I pick up the beat seamlessly. If you leak a single word of this, you're toast. Dad and I drop the threat in perfect unison. Like father, like son. The captain looks like his soul just left his body. I swear on my life, my lips are sealed. Please have mercy. Even a blind man could see the resemblance. If we aren't father and son, then reality is broken. We're cut from the same cloth. But compared to our double-barrel killer aura, Mom's voice cuts in like a saving angel. Oh, stop it, you two. Quit bullying the poor man. The captain looks at her with puppy dog eyes, totally grateful. He thinks she's the safe one. Big mistake. Sure, Mom's smiling, but there's a demon hiding behind those eyes. But seriously, she whispers, utter a single syllable, and even I can't save you. The captain nods so hard his neck might snap. I've already forgotten brain-wiped. Gone. Dad suddenly snaps, at Mom face red. Great, I'm just glad you didn't tell him about my snoring or the gas issues. Honey, Mom sighs. You just outed yourself. Why? Watching this chaotic banter, I can't help but crack a smile. This is exactly what I craved for 500 hellish years in the abyss. It's finally real. I'm back, and my family is breathing. Mission objective updated. Protect them at all costs. Suddenly, my senses tingle. Something's moving. Outside. Bam. The front door flies off its hinges, kicked in by some punk with spiky hair. He's flanked by a squad of ugly-looking goons. Boss, we got trouble. Some white-haired freak is hunting for you. Dudes. A monster. He literally wrecked a truck. But as Spiky scans the room, his jaw hits the floor. He didn't expect to see the freak sitting calmly with the boss. I shoot him a lazy glance over my shoulder. So, this white-haired freak, you wouldn't happen to be talking about me, would you? Spiky freezes. He squints, connects the dots, and realizes I'm the exact nightmare from his report. All the blood drains from his face. B-boss, that's him, he stammers. That's the monster. A truck slammed into him and the truck got totaled. Then he tries to act tough voice. Cracking. Listen, you might be strong, but we've got the numbers. You can't take us all, but look down, his legs are shaking like jelly. Me, I'm cool as a cucumber. Spiky keeps yapping. What did you do to our boss? Are you with the Tiger Roar Guild? I reach out and clamp my hands on his trembling knees. Chill out, I say. Stop vibrating, it's annoying. I stand up, letting a fraction of my killing intent leak out. The room temperature drops. I pat his shoulder. Looks like one of yours, Dad. Want to do the intros? Dad bursts into a hearty belly laugh, tension gone. Relax, boys. Meet my son Choi Yuk-do. He's been missing for 5 long years, but he's finally back. As for his current power level, it's Dad freezes, record scratch. Silence. Dad realizes he has zero clue how strong I actually am. Major parenting fail right there. He's been totally out of the loop. But with his goons watching, he can't look confused. He's got to save face. I step in to save him, dropping a bomb that nearly stops their hearts. I don't have a system. Never did. So levels. No idea. The goons gasp. You survived the fallen zone for 5 years. Without a system. No system. How are you even breathing right now? Spiky hair. Looks like his brain just short-circuited. He is completely shook. Rule number 1. No system, no service. You cap at level 10 max. You're basically an NPC. I actually chuckle at the guy. Okay, serious question though. Can a level 10 tank a semi-truck to the face? That sounds mathematically impossible. Long-hair chimes in from the back, skepticism dripping from his voice. Wait, didn't you say this kid was a beast? But a systemless rookie, spiky hair is spiraling. He's starting to think he hallucinated the whole fight. Maybe he took one too many hits to the head. Even though he's doubting, his gut tells him I'm dangerous. But the million-dollar question remains. Where is my interface? Fresh off the boat from the abyss, I'm clueless. This whole system thing is brand new to me. Hey, why don't you scan me, I ask. That freezes him solid. Then he breaks it down like I'm 5. You really don't get it. No system means you're flying blind on the basics. If you were plugged in, you'd see monster levels, health bars, the works. But other players, that's classified. Unless you have the inspection skill, everyone's a blank slate to you. Turns out that skill is a super rare drop. But guess who has it, my old man? I shift my gaze to Dad. Your turn, Pops. Read me. Can his fancy Earth skill read Abyss stats? The room goes dead silent as Dad starts swiping at thin air. To us, he's miming, but he's navigating his private HUD. I glance at Mom. You want to take a peek too? She just shakes her head, a soft smile on her face. I don't care about stats, she whispers. I just want my son back. But right as she finishes, what the dad's voice booms through the hall. His holographic screen is just glitching out. Question marks everywhere. Error. Data not found. He's panicking, mashing the refresh button like a madman. Nothing. Same result every time. Dad holds up 2 fingers. Okay, 2 possibilities. 1, you really are systemless trash. Or 2, he swallows hard, looking terrified. Your level is so high it breaks my scanner. That sentence hits the room like a bomb. Everyone stops breathing. The boss is already a literal god of war. If the kid is stronger, that's terrifying. This is insane. Dad stares at the glitch. It reads your name, but everything else is redacted. That confirms it. It's option 2. You're not weak. You're off the charts. You survived 5 years in hell. A rookie would have been Monster Chow on day one. You're standing here, which means you've completely eclipsed me. Dad starts asking about the abyss and the PTSD hits. Shadows cross my face. Mom steps in immediately. Enough, she cuts him off. Stop treating him like a suspect. Our boy is home safe. We should be popping bottles, not running interrogations. She always knew I was a survivor. She knows I didn't just survive. I clawed my way back through blood and mud. It's okay now, she says. My vision blurs. 500 years of darkness just to hear her voice again. The nightmares of the abyss flash by, but hugging her worth every second of torture. I break down, ugly crying. I'm not leaving again, Mom. I'm here. I've got you. She collapses into my arms, sobbing like her heart is finally unbreaking. Tears like a waterfall. Even Dad wipes a tear. Then he turns to the goons. Get out. Family time. Now. Radio silence. Unless the world is ending, do not disturb us. Tonight I'm cooking up a feast fit for a king. Once the room clears out, it's just us. The vibe settles. Hey Ma, where's bro? Haven't seen him since I walked in. My gut twists. Mom waves it off. Don't overthink it, sweetie. He's alive and kicking. Just busy playing soldier. I'll ring him up for dinner. She pulls up a picture. I see him in full tactical gear, looking rough. He's been on the front lines, she says quietly. Hunting monsters. Trying to avenge you. That sounds like him. My personal shield. Big bro never let anyone touch me when we were kids. We talk for hours. Finally, I ask Ma, you're kind of a big deal here, aren't you? She nods. She winks. You could say that. Awakened a full priest class. I basically run this town. They're totally loyal to my commands. Plus, I'm a top-tier healer with a stacked kit. I can drop some massive support buffs. But the real kicker, I've got prophecy. Hearing Mom drop that bombshell, I'm visibly shook. Since you're a priest, can you scan me for glitches? But Mom shuts it down. She can't read my stats because she lacks that specific skill. Then how did you know I was coming back? You even prepped my room with fresh gear and a letter. Mom cups my face gently. Silly boy. Didn't I just tell you I can see the future? I saw a vision of you walking through that door. She chuckles. I told your dad you'd be back, but he wouldn't buy it. He was out there grinding from dawn to dusk hunting for you and somehow ended up running this whole place as the boss. Too bad prophets can't spoil their own fate without getting hit by a nasty penalty. The skill is bugged with restrictions too. I have to meet specific conditions before I can cast it again. Meanwhile, a squad of uninvited guests pulls up outside. The leader's rocking a gnarly scar across his face. Dad spots them and marches out with his crew to intercept. Welcome back, old friend. This guy is Han Tae-san, the vice prez of the United Guild. Catching his vibe, Dad gets curious. Why the long face? Something go down. Dad steps into his personal space and lowers his voice. Spill it. I sent a covert team to dig around. And Han Tae-san whispers back, it's just like you thought. Tiger Roar is in bed with the military. Boss, we gotta move. We handed over the monster loot to the army like always, but that suit with the clipboard started nitpicking the inspection. Claimed our kills were too damaged to accept. Always with the lame excuses. They toss us peanuts for points, then report the full amount to their higher-ups. We track the paper trail, all the shade leads right back to Tiger Roar. Dad nods, the pieces clicking into place. Got it. Matches my hunch perfectly. If Tiger Roar is playing dirty, instead of staying neutral, things just got messy. But we can't just sit here and get walked all over. The town's future is on the line. Dad doesn't look fazed though. Worst case scenario, we throw hands. First, priority feed the boys. In a flash, Dad extends his hand and a sword materializes, right in his grip. After we eat, I'm paying a personal visit to Tiger Roar, and ending this drama for good. Dad's eyes are practically glowing with killer intent. Time to show them the United Guild isn't soft. Hearing the name Tiger Roar, my gaze turns icy. Thanks to that black fragment, my stats are overclocked. Strength is up, but my senses are on another level. I can pick up audio from miles away. Seems those bandits I trashed earlier are on the Tiger Roar payroll too. I glance at Dad. Since he's heading over to negotiate, I'm low-key worried, because I haven't seen his current power level. I kick the door open and block his path. We eating, I'm starving. Mind if I crash dinner? Post-meal plan, I'm rolling with Dad to Tiger Roar. I need to see who has the guts to mess with us. Han Tae-san looks totally lost though. This white-haired kid standing there is leaking a heavy aura, but Han's never seen me around town. Dad quickly steps up to introduce me as the son who went MIA for 5 years. Name's Choi Yuk-do. Sadly, he never awakened a system. Han Tae-san is floored. 5 years outside without a system, how is that even possible? His shocked eyes lock onto mine. No system means he's a civilian. Normies usually get wiped out in 3 days out there. Unless he has elite-based stats and god-tier survival skills, then maybe. But with zero combat skills, the second a fight breaks out, he's dead weight. Han Tae-san buries those thoughts and lets out a hearty laugh, saying, that's incredible news, but since you just got back, you should sit this raid out and just get some rest. Dad is totally on board with Hante-san telling me to just chill at the crib and keep Mom company. Mom chuckles, backing him up. She's all like, listen to your father, pointing out I haven't even gotten the grand tour of our place yet. I can't shake the feeling that they still see me as some average Joe. I guess that tracks though. To anyone rocking a system interface, I register as a total civilian. Come to think of it, I'm still in the dark about how this shelter actually operates. If the monsters out there are as nightmare fuel as I imagine, I gotta keep my true power under wraps. Can't drag my folks into the crossfire. So I nod, playing the good son. In that case, the uncles should roll out with Dad. But the lackey standing behind me, dude looks absolutely gutted. You can tell he's fuming on the inside. He realizes he just missed a front row seat to watch me throw down. And he blames it all on Hante-san. Guys probably cursed him out 1,000 times in his head by now. Meanwhile, Dad and his crew stomp their way toward the Tiger Roar Guild, looking ready to crack skulls and demand answers. Watching their silhouettes fade, I feel a knot in my stomach. I literally just got back home, and I can't stand the thought of Dad walking into a trap. Mom catches my vibe. Don't stress, sweetie. Your father is a beast. Keeping you here is for your own good. Just be a good boy and stay put. Honestly though, I'm actually vibing with Mom on this. We went through hell just to find each other again. Neither of us wants to see the other get hurt. She starts patting my head. Trust me on this. Your dad is legit strong. Then she drops a bomb. She uses her prophecy skill every single month just to check his status. Since she can see him alive in the next month, she doesn't sweat it. I gently grab her hand to stop the head patting though. Mom, I'm not a toddler anymore. This is kinda cringe. Even with Mom's future sight, things are complicated. Tiger Roar is tight with the military. Dad's bound to clash with them more often. It's gonna get ugly. I turn to Mom, needing the 411 on the current shelter politics. And why Tiger Roar has such massive beef with us. Mom breaks it down. After Judgment Day, some awakened dude set up a hunter guild and started co-running this place with the military. Then your father built the United Guild. He partnered with the army in Shelter 6 specifically to hunt for you. The United Guild blew up because everyone rallied behind your dad's promise to help find everyone's missing families. So the United Brotherhood keeps the peace, scavenges supplies, and fights off stray monsters. Meanwhile, the military handles the big hunts and tower raids. Your father is a gentle soul, which is exactly why he refuses to send his people into the rifts. That strategy kept the peace for 4 years. They dodged the heavy danger while slowly building up their army. But everything changed a few months back when the Tiger Roar Guild from Shelter 4 rolled up to open a branch here. Since then, it's been on site. Constant drama between Dad's crew and theirs. Big brawls, petty squabbles, it never ends. But something isn't adding up for me. If this shelter is tied to the military, why aren't the top brass stepping in to squash the beef? Turns out the enemies are leveling up too fast. The military literally can't stop them anymore. Plus, Tiger Roar was built for tower conquests. They're so OP that the army has no choice but to rely on them. The intel they get from those raids, it's worth more than gold. The military can't afford to lose that pipeline. And it gets worse. Tiger Roar has an awakened chosen by the tower god. His name is Essler. He's the chosen one, the absolute ace in the hole for Tiger Roar. And his power is terrifying. But when Mom drops the tower god line, I pause. Gods are real now. The so-called tower god is the lord of the tower, Mom explains. To us humans, they might as well be deities. If you clear the tower god's trials, you can hit S-class and get blessed with divine power. Outside, they call them God's messengers. Inside, they become guardians. And right now, Tiger Roar is stacking S-class fighters like playing cards. Since every S-class is a walking nuke, Tiger Roar just gobbled up all the neighboring guilds instantly. Your dad's guild is loved by the people, sure, but they haven't conquered a single tower. Torre, we're the only squad in the Alliance fighting without a designated healer. Honestly, that's a massive red flag. But something isn't adding up. If the United Guild is so beloved, why do they move like a straight-up criminal syndicate? Mom just laughs it off, claiming it's just their signature quirk. And suddenly, the whole picture snaps into focus. She's actually obsessed with that gritty gangster aesthetic, and the guild she helped build is dripping with that same mobster vibe. Don't stress about it, she tells me. As long as everyone's vibing, who cares? She gently shoves me toward the bathroom, insisting I take a shower and crash. We can talk strategy tomorrow. And hey, if you need someone to scrub your back, just holler. Like seriously, how am I supposed to relax with that weird offer hanging in the air? Once she leaves, the room goes silent, but my brain won't shut off. I activate my sensory radar to track her position. A surge of abyssal power ripples out from my core. My scan confirms it. Mom has actually left the building. Look, I agreed to chill at home earlier, but I never imagined the situation was this critical. I need to get to Dad's side immediately. If I don't, I'll never forgive myself. I slide the window open. If I hustle, I can still intercept Dad. With a barely audible whisper, I launch myself into the night, vanishing instantly. But catch this, Mom is actually still home, watching my silhouette fade away. A complicated mix of emotions washes over her face. Everyone told you to rest, she murmurs, but you never listen. You're just as much trouble now as you were when you were a kid. Meanwhile, Dad is leading, his crew straight toward the Tiger Roar Guild, eyes locked on destruction. I'm trailing them from the rooftops, taking the high ground, to scout Dad's team. Since everything outside the central zone is pitch black, spotting him is a breeze. But out of nowhere, my vision doubles, and the world starts spinning. This feels wrong. Ever since I absorbed that abyss fragment, I'm immune to literally everything, even the common cold. So how am I? Dizzy right now. Then a familiar voice cuts through the static. Abyss Seed, you can run, but you can't hide. I snap my head around, scanning for that hooded creep. But this guy is slippery. He's completely masked his presence. I can't sense a thing. Pure, unadulterated rage floods my system. I can't believe he actually stalked me all the way to shelter number 6. Right as I'm fuming, another wave of vertigo hits me hard. Immediately after, his voice drills into my ear again. I won't let you go, Abyss Seed. Your soul is already in my clutch. Nothing marked by me escapes my sight. Suddenly, I see his grotesque head, hovering right over my shoulder. Instinct takes over. I throw a vicious hook, aiming to smash the hooded man's skull. But my fist phases right through him like smoke. It's not real, just an illusion. The figure cackles maniacally. Your soul is tagged. You're trapped in my web now. I study the apparition closely. It's glitching out like a broken code looping. The same few lines and that creepy expression. Suddenly, voices from below snap me out of it. Yo, what are you doing up there? You gonna jump? They blast me with high-powered flashlights, blinding me. In a split second, I leap away, vanishing into the shadows. Mid-air, I realize the creepy face has disappeared, so I skid to a halt. I need to figure out if that stalker is actually nearby, or if this is a trick. That presence is definitely dangerous. But the moment I stop moving, the hooded man pops up again. He repeats the exact same script. Wait, did he vanish earlier because of those tactical flashlights? A theory starts forming in my head. Time for a little experiment. I step under a street lamp and stick my arm into the glow. Based on my calculations, if I stay in the dark for 7 seconds, the soul mark triggers. Losing my cool. Probably speeds it up too. Annoying, but workable. I use my other hand to cover the mark, keeping it in shadow for 7 seconds. Boom. Just as I suspected, the cursed head manifests. Again. But this time I look him dead in the eye and mimic his exact words. Your soul has been marked by me, you can't escape Abyss Seed. A random passerby sees this, and looks at me like I'm some delusional edgelord talking to myself. Looks like I'm the only one who can see this ugly mug. As I walk back into the light, a screeching noise rings in my head. A moment later, the mark fades away. And just like that, the cursed head vanishes from my sight. That creep definitely tagged me with a soul mark a while ago. Back at the house, the harsh sunlight and bright lamps kept it hidden. I was totally clueless, but my hunch was dead on. The darkness triggers it. That has to be the mechanic here. Now I'm sweating. How do I even shake this thing? The hooded guy didn't just mark me for fun. He wants a GPS tracker on me 247. It feels like an ambush waiting to happen. I can't slack off for a second. That enemy is on a whole different level of dangerous. Priority 1, find Dad. As for this hallucinations, I'll just stay in the light and pretend it's not there. Theory confirmed light keeps the demons away. But if Mom's right, and the United Guild is now trashed to the military, Dad could be walking into a death trap right now. I remember that monk I ran into earlier. No clue how many heavy hitters are in the shelter, but the military's alliance with the Tiger Roar Guild isn't just for show. They're plotting to wipe out the United Guild. If that's the play, I don't care who I have to slaughter. I'm protecting my parents. Anyone coming for us dies. My face drops a bit thinking about it. God, I miss the old world, the peaceful days, where we just lived normal lives without this survival drama. Finally, I spot Dad. He's standing right outside the Tiger Roar Guild HQ. I don't run up to him though. I stick to the shadows behind a pillar, scouting the vibe. I really want to see how Dad handles high-stakes negotiations. Usually when drama starts, throwing hands is the absolute last resort. That's the golden rule, Dad always drilled into me. But back then, I was just a kid who couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag, so I barely got it. I honestly don't know if Dad's actually gonna throw down with these Tiger Roar guys. But if things go south, I'm jumping in. Suddenly, the crowd starts murmuring. Is the meeting starting? I peek out and see 2 guild members up front looking way too hyped, grinning like they won the lottery. Then I see Dad. He reaches for his weapon. The pressure coming off him right now is suffocating. I hear his crew whispering about the last time he fought something about leaving a scar 20 meters long. Dad speaks and his eyes are stone cold killer. Park. Taejun, I'm standing at your front door. You gonna come out and say hi or what? A split second later, Dad's blade clears the sheath. The moment that steel sees daylight, a terrifying wave of power explodes outward. A high-pitched screech rips through the air, a blighted sword scream, hurtling straight at the building. But it's not just sound. I see the energy. Slash. Boom, debris goes flying everywhere. The entire massive building gets sliced clean in half. Dad's face. It's gone. The warm, loving father from home is nowhere to be seen. All that's left is pure dominance and killing intent. Hante. Sand stands next to him totally unfazed while the minions behind them are losing their minds with excitement. My jaw hits the floor. Mom wasn't exaggerating. Dad is an absolute monster. Guess I didn't need to worry after all. Dad slowly slides his sword back into its sheath. The building behind him starts sliding off its diagonal cut. Dad breaks the silence real calm. It's been a minute since I stretched my legs. Did you idiots think we were dead? You got some nerve bullying my people out in the open. I lean over and nudge one of Dad's subordinates. I gotta know, is the boss always this savage? He's intensely fierce. The guy looks at me with total hero worship. Are you kidding? The boss is legendary for swinging first and asking questions later. I'm stunned. I whisper back, but he always said violence should be the last option, right? The guy explains that. Dad used to preach that stuff, but that was his old school mindset, back when he actually trusted the military to fix things. But times have changed. Funny story, actually. Whenever our guys went into military zones, fights would always break out. Constant warfare changed the boss's philosophy real quick. Now he handles business. Fists solve problems faster than words ever could. Bottom line, if you can't throw hands, don't bother opening your mouth. Punch first, ask questions later. That's the boss's new golden rule, and we're following it to the letter. Listening to the lackey's report, I can't shake the feeling. Dad is playing with fire here. He's way too reckless. Watching that monk taught me one thing: the truly powerful don't dodge drama. But Dad, he's sprinting headfirst into the chaos. Staring at his back, I realize I might have had him all wrong. Or maybe when you're stacked with that kind of raw power, you get to act like a total boss whenever you want. Could be that monk tricked me. Maybe he's hiding some god-tier strength and just flexing on everyone in secret. Guess I'm still a noob when it comes to how this world actually works. Meanwhile, high atop a nearby skyscraper, a silhouette emerges on the roof, gazing down at the madness unfolding below. Choppers are swarming, hauling away a massive monster carcass. And that monk, he finally rips off his blindfold. Emerald light explodes from his gaze. His signature skill, the auspicious eye, is officially online. He spots the remains of a level 90 boss absolutely obliterated. No heavy artillery burns, no scratches, just pure destruction. That's the beast I took out earlier today. The monk clearly shook, wraps the cloth back over his eyes. He lets out a heavy sigh. This world is crawling with monsters in human skin. Scary stuff. He knows he needs to watch his back now more than ever. Back on the ground, white smoke curls up from the building, Dad literally sliced in half. Dad's crew is posted up waiting for the head of the Tiger Roar Guild to crawl out and talk terms. A squad marches out led by a guy foaming at the mouth, screaming obscenities and calling Dad every name in the book. He barks, "You think we're living in the past? This ain't the old days when the shelter was just being built, old man." That strikes a nerve. Dad's face darkens with bad memories, and he snaps back instantly. Yeah, things changed all right. Mostly because roaches like you started crawling out of the woodwork. Dad doesn't wait for a retort, he just casually tilts his blade light, catching the edge. I should have ended you back then. Would have saved me a massive headache today. The guy doesn't flinch. He smirks. So why are you just standing there? Do it now, or are you too scared? Dad loses it. Veins bulge on his forehead as he roars. You think I won't drop you right here? Shing. In a split second, Dad's sword is out, energy crackling along the steel, like lightning. Park Tae-hyun starts shaking in his boots, terrified Dad's about to one-shot him into oblivion. His heart is pounding out of his chest. I really poked the bear this time, he thinks. Come on guys, hurry up, he needs to be angrier. Desperate Park doubles down on the trash talk. Look at you, you can barely hold that sword straight, you pathetic coward. Come on, take a swing, let's see if you've got the guts. Park is practically vibrating with adrenaline. Weaklings like you aren't even fit to shine the Tiger Roar Guild's boots. That did it. Dad snaps. He grips his blade and launches himself straight at Park like a missile. But Park is ready. He instantly pops his divine shield, summoning god-tier energy to tank Dad's strike. A dark figure nearby, and Park smirk in unison. Gotcha. Hook, line, and sinker. Suddenly, a man steps out from the shadows. Freeze. Nobody move. It's a level 63 assassin. He glares. You got some nerve starting a war inside the shelter. The guild members are stunned. They didn't see this coming. It's the military. What are they doing here? Are they actually teaming up with Tiger Roar? I lock eyes on the level 63 assassin. No doubt about it, he's the military muscle backing these clowns. This isn't random. I scan the upper floors of the building. I can sense them dozens of soldiers lying in wait. Inside that building, Dad is definitely about to take a massive L. This guy showing up isn't luck. It's a scripted event. Absolutely inevitable. He set this trap way back, just waiting for Dad to trigger it. The assassin's entrance freezes the battle instantly. It's a standoff. Dad knows he's been played. He walked straight into their crosshairs. But he never guessed the military would straight up betray the United Guild like this, leaving them to rot while they cozy up to Tiger Roar. That smirk on the assassin's face, it's not going anywhere, just like the law says. Article 15 of the Shelter Safety Act. Unauthorized combat within the sanctuary is strictly prohibited. Violators are looking at 15 days in the cooler minimum. Worst case, summary execution. You will comply. And just like that, the pieces click for Dad. It's a setup. Step 1. Poke the bear until he snaps. Step 2. Wait for him to swing back. Then slap the cuffs on him legally. We're talking a high-level conspiracy hiding in plain sight. Dad clocks the assassin's poker face and gets a chill. This guy isn't even sweating, getting caught playing dirty. It's wild he's framing him right out in the open. Dad knows the drill once he's behind bars. His sentence magically gets extended, or, oops, he suffers a fatal unfortunate accident in his cell. Getting captured isn't an option. It's a death sentence. The Tiger Roar Guild would strip his territory clean and liquidate his assets before the ink dries. While he rots in a cell, his wife and kid become open targets for total calamity, total nightmare fuel. But why is the military pulling strings to wreck the balance? Smells like an internal power struggle among the brass. If that's true, this goes deep. Dad doesn't have the full picture yet, but one thing is crystal clear: he can't give them an inch. After a split second of processing, Dad bursts into laughter, flipping the script on the assassin. I think you've got the wrong guy, pal. Beef. What beef? Me and this guy are chill. As a law-abiding backer of the United Guild, I don't cop to crimes without receipts. Officer, back me up here, right? The corrupt cop cracks up. Oh, you want evidence? Cute. Look up. See that fresh slash on the wall? That's your signature, buddy. You carved that little souvenir just seconds ago. That's not evidence. Dad starts playing dumb instantly. You gotta be kidding me. Officer, how does a scratch on the wall prove anything? Dad starts frantically spinning a yarn. I was just, stress testing the structural integrity. Safety first, right? If this building is a hazard, I gotta text my contractor buddy to fix it as soon as possible. But the cop isn't buying it. He steps right into Dad's personal space and drops his voice to sub-zero. You still don't get it. You don't call the shots here, I do. If I say it's evidence, then it's evidence. You started a brawl in my shelter. Don't like it. Feel free to file a complaint. Boom. Out of nowhere, over 100 hunters flood the building, laser sights locked on us. The assassin smirks, looking like he just won the lottery. Game over, pal. You lost the second you walked in. You better. Drop the weapon and come quietly, or I tell my boys to turn you into Swiss cheese. Dad's stomach drops. He knows he can tank the bullets, but his crew, they'll get shredded in the crossfire. His squad realizes they're trapped, and panic sets in. You dirty rats, ambushing us like this. The crew screams at Dad, refusing to back down. Don't give in, boss. We'd rather die fighting. Let's take him with us to hell. But Dad's face is stone cold serious. He's stuck between a rock and a firing squad. This military setup is tight. His guild mates behind him are already prepped to go out in a blaze of glory. But Dad raises a hand. Hold your fire. We're in close quarters. They won't risk hitting their own. The level 63 assassin chuckles. You want to gamble your boys' lives on that theory? I'm down for high stakes, but do you have the chips to cover it? Swing Dad's blade sings as it clears the sheath. Instantly, Dad can barely keep a lid on his rage. But staring down a level 63 killer, even he feels the heat. He needs leverage. His eyes lock onto Park Tae-jun. If I grab the kid, we own the board. Plan set. Dad lunges, blade flashing. The assassin and Park Tae-jun snap to attention instantly. Here he comes. Park triggers his sword shield skill immediately. He refuses to be the liability here. Agent class defense isn't just armor. It's data analysis on steroids, allowing him to read every pixel of the incoming attack. Park calculates the trajectory. At this range, he's got this. He deploys the sword shield defense matrix, a specialized barrier designed to hard counter blade attacks. Because it's specialized against swords, he punches way above his weight class. Park's battle data is solid. He previously tanked a full power smash from a level 69 warrior without a scratch. He does the math. Dad is only level 65. In Park's mind, this attack is already neutralized. Park Tae-jun is already hallucinating his victory, visualizing Choi Jin-han's blade snapping against that defense. He bellows, "You think you're tough? Crack this shield then." Meanwhile, the military pressure is suffocating. "Listen up, Choi. Fall in line right now or your whole crew rots in a cell." Choi's expression goes pitch black. Behind him, Han Tae-san is practically begging, "Boss, don't you dare fold." Even if it means going down swinging, surrender is absolutely not an option. Choi is torn apart inside. He can't let his brothers bleed for this. His hand freezes on the hilt. Then the decision drops. He hands the sword over. Looks like he's throwing in the towel. Han Tae-san is shook. Did the boss really just quit? The military guys, they're grinning like they won the lottery. Pure arrogance. Finally used your brain, didn't you, kid? The guild is fuming, watching these soldiers clown them right to their faces. But why be mad? They don't realize Han Tae-san is already locked and loaded mentally. See, they have a code. Sword up, that means get ready. Sword drop, that means it's go time. Suddenly, Hante-san's aura explodes, terrifying pressure. Mana is raging through his veins like wildfire. Nobody else knows the play, which means they're about to get caught completely lacking. Perfect setup for a blitz attack. Right then, Choi Jin-han lets that sword drop, straight to the dirt. The signal is live. Park Tae-jun blinks, totally confused. He can't process why the weapon is gone, but there's zero time for a Q&A session, because Choi is rushing him like a freight train. Panicking, Park dumps everything into his shield. Full power output. With that barrier up, his heartbeat finally slows down. That magic shield eats sword strikes for breakfast. Totally invincible. Then Choi flicks his wrist. Boom. Ghost sword materializes in his grip. You trust that wall of yours? Okay, let's stress test it. Park Tae-jun stands there completely unbothered. This thing tanks hits from level 69 players. You're delusional if you think you can scratch it. But he forgot about the wingman. Hante-san unleashes that stockpiled mana instantly. He grabs the rubble on the ground with his mind floating it up like gravity just broke. The play, coat the sword tip in solid rock. They figured out the exploit. Park's shield only blocks blades. So Choi Jin-han swings and absolutely shatters the defense. It's not a slice, it's a demolition. The impact hits like a sledgehammer, scrambling Park's guts with the shockwave. Huge miscalculation. That wasn't a cut. It was a blunt force calamity. No sword shield blocks that. Choi isn't pausing for applause. He's chaining lethal combos immediately. A soldier nearby cackles. I see what you're doing. He spins and flings a dagger at Choi. I can tag you, but you can't touch me. Lay a finger on me and you're cooked. But he's forgetting someone. Hante-san clenches a fist, long-range assist incoming. A web of stone shoots up from the earth, stopping the assassin's arm, dead in its tracks. The assassin is struggling. Those floating rocks have him completely boxed in. Park Tae-jun goes full panic mode. Choi is moving like a maniac. Fire, light him up now. The squad squeezes their triggers, unleashing hell. A wall of lead screams toward them. But Hante-san, he's already moving. 2 fingers to the sky. You think you can touch my boss? Bam. A stone wall erupts, blocking the bullets and sealing Park's escape route. Basically, Hante-san just built a cage so Choi Jin-han can solo this guy undisturbed. And Choi, oh, he is absolutely buzzing for the kill. The plan is simple: snag Park Tae-jun and use his life as leverage so the brothers can make a clean getaway. But just as Choi Jin-han's palm is about to make contact, Park Tae-jun's body dissolves into mist, vanishing like a literal shadow, leaving Dad clutching nothing but thin air. Choi Jin-han is totally shook. He has never seen a glitchy skill like this before. The officer cackles like a villain. My shadow trap snagged him the second that shield cracked. He was marked by my residue magic. Basically, he just met the unlock conditions for the assassin ultimate shadow trace. For the uninitiated, think of it like the yellow flashes flying Raijin technique from the anime. Now that your hostage is gone, ready to tap out, the officer smirks full of himself and waves, his hand signaling the goon squad to swarm Choi Jin-han all at once. Dad is completely blindsided by this twist. This loss could mean game over for him. But look at Hante-san. That isn't just fear. That is pure, unadulterated terror. He is brain broken, trying to figure out why that person is here. It is not just him. Even the soldiers are frozen stiff. The assassin is clueless, misreading the room completely. He does not get the vibes. What is the holdup? Why is nobody attacking? Before his words even land, I speak up. Did you just say, make a move against my father? My voice is heavy with an aura of death, instantly freezing the assassin in his tracks. Internal panic sets in. Did someone actually flank me without making a sound? Is this another high-level assassin? He glances back at me. He does not know my name, but he knows I am a threat. He decides to strike first. Guess I have no choice but to unleash that technique. He slowly reaches for the vial at his waist. Park Tae-jun spots the move too. That looks like the lethal poison, specifically brewed to melt level 90 raid bosses. Definitely stolen goods. The assassin goes full throttle, burning all his energy to break free from my suppression. Right then, I let my killing intent flood the room, summoning the power of the abyss to cloak me like armor. The guy is fast. He spins around, launching 3 daggers straight at my vital points. Dad sees this and loses it. Yukdu, get out of there, run. Park Tae-jun is mentally cursing this idiot officer. This move is a suicide pact because nobody here can tank the corrosion from that poison, not even the user. The toxic cloud starts, expanding instantly. In a split second, 4 or 5 soldiers just drop dead. Park Tae-jun hates how this is playing out, but hey, at least the poison is wiping out the Shelter 6 enemies too. He needs to bail from this biohazard zone stat. But, just as he thinks that a massive hand swoops in, I snatch up both of their fleeing bodies like I am picking up baby chicks. They are immobilized. Park Tae-jun is mind blown that I am still standing. That is boss-tier poison capable of melting a level 90 entity. Even the assassin officer looks horrified. If someone is moving inside this death cloud, there is only one explanation. They are facing a monster that even high-level poison cannot scratch. Caught in my grip, both of them realize the same thing at the exact same time. They messed with the wrong character today. That sneak attack, I caught it right in my teeth. I casually spit the dagger handles onto the floor. Clang. The audacity is laughable. Did this guy actually think a cheap trick like that could end me? Absurd. I tell them to freeze. Twitch again, and I am sending you straight to the Underworld King. We are ending this right now. Park Tae-jun is frantically analyzing stats in his head. Intelligence. Perception, strength, agility, constitution. To tank that poison. My constitution stat has to be on par with a level 100 player. I roar at them, tell your boys to drop the steel. But this officer has a death wish. He ignores me, scrambling back to grab onto my leg. He leaps into the air. Before I can blink, he locks my right arm and screams for Park Tae-hyung to rush me. A twisted smirk creeps onto Park Tae-hyung's face. He thinks he just hit the jackpot. While I'm supposedly struggling with the armbar, Tae-hyung winds up for a cheap sucker punch. But honestly, the guy moves like a snail in molasses. I snap, unleashing my aura, and send both of their bodies flying. Two blurry figures zoom right past Dad in a split second. Then boom. They smash into the wall behind him, kicking up a massive cloud of dust and debris on impact. That one hit basically knocks them into next week. Dad's jaw hits the floor. He can't believe his son just one-shotted two elite experts. But the show's not over. The assassin starts fading into thin air. I just let out a cold scoff. Cheap parlor tricks. You really think that works on a pro? He pops his shadow shield ability. Instantly, he materializes right behind me, convinced there's zero way I can dodge this. Thunk. He drives the blade straight into my back. But surprise, surprise, the steel stops dead. It can't even scratch my skin. The assassin freezes brain, short-circuiting. How is this even possible? It gets better. His dagger is wedged tight against my muscle, and no matter how hard he tugs, it's not budging. I whip around and throw a punch. As he scrambles back, I casually snatch the dagger right out of his grip. Suddenly, blood starts gushing from his nose. I didn't even touch him, just the wind pressure from my fist did that damage. Now his brain is screaming one thing: run. Too bad I'm not in a forgiving mood. The second he tries to bolt, I flash step right in his face, locking eyes. No talk, just action. I grab his skull and slam it. Straight down. The assassin's mind goes blank with terror. This speed is just god-tier level. With the trash taken out, I slowly stand up. Crisis averted, time to head back. Meanwhile, Hante-san and his crew are so shook they've forgotten how to speak. Every step I take forward, the soldiers flinch and step back. Their commanding officer is literally in my clutches, but nobody has the guts to demand his release. One grunt looks like he wants to try something, but his buddies behind him are frantically shaking their heads, signaling, "Don't do it, bro, or we all get deleted." With my back to Dad, I call out, "I'll leave the other guy to you. Let's wrap this up and go home." Dad's mouth just twitches. Thank God his son showed up today. Without him, they'd all be toast. Next day, back at the crib, Dad pushes the door open. Looks like the interrogation is finally over. Bad news, Dad got zero intel out of them. But honestly, whatever. At least we know where the Tiger Roar Guild stands. Still, we gotta stay on high alert for the next few days. But there's something else eating at Dad. Forget the enemy plans for a second. Son, talk to us. What happened to you? Everyone in the room is dying to know what I went through these last 5 years. How did I get this OP in such a short time? They can't wrap their heads around it. Seeing the mess between Dad and those guys, I realize I can't keep them in the dark anymore. It's time to spill the tea. So I start from the beginning. 5 years ago, I fell into a place called the Abyss. I spent that entire time hunting monsters nonstop. Must have gotten trapped inside one of the towers. I dropped the whole truth, including the part where I spent 500 years grinding inside until finally, a summoner warped me back to Earth. Dad strokes his chin, trying to process this insanity. This story is wild. Hard to believe. There are 16 towers in total, but none of them match what you're describing. That means you hit an undocumented tower and had the worst luck imaginable getting sucked in. That's when Han Tae-san chimes in. If that tower is near shelter number 6, we should make clearing it a priority. Dad just lets out a heavy sigh. Son, I'm just glad you made it back in one piece. I'll handle the rest. Hearing this, Han Tae-san bursts out laughing. Handle it. Your kid came back 1,000,000 times stronger than the rest of us combined. Relief, please. If I were you, I'd be waking up laughing every single day. Mom gently touches my hand, eyes full of pain. I don't care what happened. All that matters is you're home safe now. Since I got back, Dad's got this crazy conviction burning in his chest. He refuses to let this family fall apart again. He's ready to move heaven and earth just to keep this home safe. A second ago, I caught a glimpse of Mom's hands. They were rough, covered in old scars. Dad's hands are the exact same. Looks like we're all rocking the same battle wounds. I make a silent vow right then and there. I'm never leaving them hanging again. I'll use every ounce of power I have to glue this family back together. Suddenly, the lights overhead just die. Total blackout. Darkness hits and my brain stutters for a sec. I know exactly who's about to crash the party. Dad and Hunt Sam are totally lost. What the hell? Is the power out? Next second, boom. Just like I predicted. That caped creep's face materializes right next to mine. Honestly, this guy is getting on my last nerve. The hooded guy starts reciting his old lines like a broken record. There is no escape, seed of the abyss. But hold up, something's off. He's going off script this time. Found you at last. The creepy part is Mom's looking right through this cursed jerk. She's just staring at the dead light bulb, completely clueless. Suddenly, the hooded guy's eyes snap wide open. Then poof, he vanishes from my shoulder. Doesn't feel like he faded away though. Feels like he detached from me. The second his head's gone, he manifests right behind my back. Long time no see, seed of the abyss. Okay, now things are getting spicy. He's actually sentient now. I gotta figure out if this is a hallucination or if he's physically here. I try to lock onto his energy signatures. Nothing. He hasn't fully materialized yet. Gotta be a mind game. I was planning to squash this bug after I handled my family drama, but then the creep slowly reaches out a hand, ignoring me. Cute. You think I'm just in your head. Mortals love lying to themselves. Before I can react, his hands clamp over my eyes. Time to pay the price for that arrogance. He pulls back and my vision goes dark. Literal black fog where my sight used to be. It's not just dark. Thick black smoke is pouring out of my sockets, leaking all over my body. I'm blind, which means this definitely isn't an illusion. What I don't see is everyone else in the room absolutely freaking out. Mom's voice cracks with panic. What's happening? Where is all this black smoke coming from? Dad clocks it immediately. Your eyes. They're just black voids. No whites, no pupils, nothing. What the hell is going on? Mom instantly casts her purification skill, trying to scrub this anomaly off me. But she hits a wall. A system alert pops up in her face. Target is not under a curse. Skill ineffective. But looking at me, she knows the system is lying. I feel like such an idiot. I let my guard down for 1 second, and now I'm fighting blind. Lucky for me, my other senses are razor sharp. I shift my stance, ready to throw down. No way am I letting my parents get caught in the crossfire. My body snaps into action. I lunge forward and lock my hand around the hooded guy's throat. To everyone else, I just grabbed a handful of empty air. But the hooded guy, he just laughs. Scared, go ahead kid, crush my windpipe. Dad looks like he's about to have a heart attack. He's totally spun around. Son, is there an enemy here? Why can't we see them? Mom's just as blind to it. I ignore them, focusing my dead eyes on the hooded guy with pure killing intent. Why won't you quit, you coward? That word coward cracks him up. Don't get it twisted. I'm no coward. Actually, I never introduced myself properly. I am of the noble Azir. I am Hodor, god of darkness. And he's haunting me because I absorbed that black crystal back in the abyss. Turns out that was divine power the Aesir left behind. Technically, that's his dark turf. When I was down there, God's messengers had eyes on me the whole time. Since I bailed without a hall pass, those messengers are starting to swarm. He demands I go back to the abyss with him right now. But listening to him, these so-called messengers of God sound suspiciously like that Eslar Mom warned us about. Yeah, he's here. Dad's already gripping his hilt, ready to throw hands. He doesn't know the full story, but his instincts are screaming danger. This hooded creep is bad news. We need to end him. Permanently. Mom steps in. Hold up, let's watch. I let out a cold chuckle. Yo, even a so-called god like you got clapped by me. What gives you the right to order me back? Don't think a little pain is gonna stop me if you keep pushing my buttons. God's messengers, I'll unalive them all. That triggered him. Don't get it twisted, kid. Just because you got lucky once. The other Eslars, they're on a whole different level. You're way underestimating the threat. I could strip your power without even breaking a sweat. Okay, that threw me off. Didn't expect Mr. Arrogance to admit he's weaker than the others. But why should I buy what he's selling? The guy bursts into manic laughter. Don't say I didn't warn you. Everything I'm doing is for your own good, you clueless peasant. You think I'm lying. When the sky starts raining blood, you're gonna regret every choice you've made. He's getting in my head. I have zero reasons to trust him, but ignoring him might be the only play here. I'm torn. Honestly, I'm still shaky about my own power levels against these Eslars. Suddenly, we hear a noise outside. Someone's pulling up. Before we even see a face, a voice booms out. A deep chant echoes, flooding the room with golden light. Next second, a terrifying force blasts from the doorway, hitting Hootie and making him scream in agony. At the same time, the fog in my vision clears. The hooded guy is totally frozen by some binding spell. No matter what he tries, he's stuck. The newcomer speaks slowly. He wasn't lying. I believe you. Dad's face lights up when he sees who it is. Susan. Yeah. How'd you find us? Meanwhile, that light washes over me and boom, my sight is back. I look up, it's the monk from the shelter entrance. I knew it. This guy's a hidden master. I glance back at Dad. You know him, he nods. Know him. We're way past just knowing each other. We founded the United Guild together. But right now he's got something urgent to discuss. Dad steps up. What's going on? I'll fill you in later. First I need to talk to your son. Then I'll explain. 2.5 hours fly by. Once the room clears, I ask Shuxianzi to break down this urgent situation. He points to his eyes. I'm no Eslar, but I can see divine energy. That's how. I used forbidden arts to seal that god. He means the hooded guy. My power might be similar in nature, but his strength is beyond any normal deity. Doesn't matter how I got this sight. We're out of time. Powerful forces are converging on this spot right now. We need a plan. Fast. They're coming for one thing, my power. I don't know the drama between you and that god, but he wasn't lying. Still, you can't go back to the abyss. Whatever's lurking in the tower is way worse than the Eslars. He's just trying to gaslight you into returning so he can steal your divine power. Your best move, leave here, join the military. I grimace. Join the army. You mean the guys who tried to bomb me into oblivion? Shuxianzi laughs. The army's messy, sure, but there's one person inside you can trust. If you officially enlist, the Eslars won't touch you. It's too risky for them. Let's table the army talk. If I bounce, who protects? My parents. He calms me down. The Eslars follow a code. They don't target civilians. That rule is the only reason the alliance still stands. Suddenly, Shuxianzi flares his aura. Countless lights burst from his body. Plus, I'm here. They won't try anything stupid. The Litan people's power. It rivals the Eslars. Unless they have a death wish, they won't lay a finger on this place. Keep your mouth shut around your parents or anyone else here. Smash cut to the Tiger Roar Guild's war room. The vibe is toxic. The crew is gathered looking totally disgusted. What a pointless waste of time. Can't believe they dragged all 4 of us out here for some nobody with 0 system stats. Intel claims the white-haired kid is the spawn of Choi Jin-han. Yeah, the guy who ghosted everyone years ago. Probably managed to clear a tower or something. Honestly, for trash like that, Fei Long could solo him easily. Dragging the whole squad here is overkill. Fei Long is not having it. Why am I stuck with cleanup duty? If he's such a scrub, you handle him. Just, as they're about to throw hands, a cool palm lands on Fei Long's shoulder. The blue-haired woman shakes her head, silently telling him to chill and follow the boss's orders. That's Athena, another S-class heavy hitter. Then the man at the head of the table speaks up, voice low and dangerous. I'm joining this hunt personally. The room goes dead silent. Everyone is shook. Even the guildmaster is stepping in. This comes straight from Zeus. The kid Yugdu, he needs to be deleted. Plus Tower 16 near Shelter 6 is about to go live. This is why we need total control. That stubborn alliance rejected our offer. They think they can run their own game. So tonight we wipe them all out. Yugdu and the parents who built that alliance. Pure, unadulterated killing intent. Radiates from the guildmaster's eyes. Nobody defies Zeus. This mission must be flawless. Listen up, fam. That's Licht, the guildmaster of Tiger Roar. Level 118, rocking the inherited divine power of Zeus. Meanwhile, back at our base, we've been prepping like crazy. Shiwu tells me to take command and track down Park Soo-jin. He says she's an old friend of his and will definitely have my back so I can trust her. Also, if things go south and a fight breaks out, keep your eyes peeled for that curse master. Once their formation locks in, even Tiger Roar won't be able to touch us. Mom flashes a warm smile. The alliance is holding the line here. Go. Your father and I are strong too. We've got this. I nod, pretending I'm chill. But deep down, my gut is twisting with a bad feeling. I just got my parents back. I don't want to leave them now. 15 minutes later, Shiwu is meditating by the front gate, waiting for the inevitable. Suddenly, the leaves in the courtyard rustle, but there's no wind. It's a bone-chilling sound. The calm before the storm. It just shattered. Shiwu senses the shift instantly. A massive wave of divine power, mixed with bloodlust, is flooding the courtyard. They're here. Boom. Pitch-black divine energy blasts through the gate. Through the smoke, 4 silhouettes stand at the entrance. Each one is radiating insane pressure. Straight-up S-class vibes from all of them. A brutal attack flies in, but Shiwu, he doesn't even flinch. One hand slams the ground. Golden Bell barrier activate. The moment that black mist hits the shield, it ricochets off harmlessly. It can't scratch him. Behind Shiwu, my parents and Hante-san stand ready. They're shook by the sheer power level. After a quick stare down, the 4 S-class hunters step forward, eyes screaming murder. This is actually terrifying. Shiwu never thought the Tiger Roar Guild would go this hard, deploying all 4 S-class elites. Insane. But wait, that's not all. Behind them, something else emerges. Another silhouette steps out of the shadows. The moment he reveals himself, the whole crowd drops to their knees in pure submission. You can feel the weight of his presence that isn't just fear. It's total reverence in their eyes. It's none other than Lich, the head honcho of Tiger's Roar, and the undisputed #1 hunter alive. Shuxianzi's gut is screaming danger. Even Lich showed up. Yeah, we are definitely in the endgame now. Lich gives the signal. Baigui doesn't hesitate, sweeping his hand through the air in a massive arc. Dark energy erupts from his palm, surging forward like a tidal wave. Everyone's jaw just hits the floor at the sheer power. That black fog twists into screaming demon faces, diving straight for Pops. He knows immediately this is bad news. The Spectre has already pinged every Alliance member's location. Even our stealth units just got exposed instantly. There's literally nowhere to hide. Pops triggers his detection eye to scan them, and the results leave him absolutely shook. Every single enemy is level 100 plus. Meanwhile, our squad is sitting between level 60 and 75. We're talking a massive power gap here. This isn't a fight, it's a massacre waiting to happen. One wrong move and it's game over. Shukianzi plays it cool, drawling bit late for a visit, isn't it? What's the occasion? Baigui glances back at the boss. According to the spectral scan, the target isn't on the map. Lich steps up, cutting the act. Quit playing dumb. Tell me where he is. But Shukianzi keeps the poker face strong. Say what, you just roll up asking for him out of the blue. I have zero clue who you're talking about, Chief. That triggers Fei Long instantly. The guy has zero chill. He sneers, lip curling. You bald-headed fraud. Start talking right now or everyone here dies. I suggest you get smart fast. Fei Long's trash talk cracks Shukianzi's calm facade. Wow, someone definitely skipped etiquette class. Let me teach you some manners. Fei Long snaps back. I've always hated you, holier-than-thou monks. Show me exactly how you plan to discipline me. Little do they know, Mom has finished her prep work in the back. The gentle vibe is gone. Mom's eyes are locked in, radiating pure lethal intent. She pops the barrier and a cloud of greenish-black smoke swallows the enemy team whole. It's her signature debuff, a nasty curse designed to tank the opponent's stats. But the bad guys, they don't even flinch. They're just checking their system notifications like it's amusing. Fei Long is done waiting. He lunges at the monk. You pathetic worms. Trying to curse us. In a heartbeat, Fei Long is face to face with the monk. He's smirking, fully arrogant. Even with a curse, I can solo your entire trash alliance. And here comes the plot twist. Shukianzi casually opens his hand and catches Fei Long's punch cold. Fei Long freezes, eyes wide with shock. Shukianzi grins. You really don't get how we operate, do you? Let me show you real power. Fei Long checks his status and panics. His level just plummeted. He dropped from 100 down to 70, a massive 30-level nerf. Shukianzi chuckles darkly. Losing levels stings, doesn't it? Before Fei Long can react, Shukianzi slams a palm into his collarbone. Crunch. Fei Long gets launched across the room like a ragdoll, zero chance to counter. It's not just him. Every member of Tiger's Roar just got hit with that 30-level penalty. That's the curse mechanic, enter the zone, and your level drops by 50% of the caster's level. Now that the playing field is even, let's see how tough you really are. But Lich, the guy doesn't even blink. He actually starts laughing like a maniac. His arrogance spikes. Well, this just got interesting. He points to Athena behind him. You're up. Showtime. Athena nods, power swirling around her palms instantly. Magic floods her hands. The tension snaps. It's an all-out war now. Lich is banking on this chaos to lure Yugdu back out of hiding. Suddenly a wave of dust sweeps over them. Teleportation magic wraps around Pops and Shukianzi. Blink and you miss it, they're gone. Reappearing in a completely different zone, Athena's private arena. It's a dimension built for duels. Shukianzi is rattled. This spatial magic is next level. We are in deep trouble. Meanwhile, Lich is chilling back at the guild base. It's been a long time since I found something this fun. It's a complete deadlock. Neither side is giving an inch. My adrenaline is spiking, pulse hammering like a drum in my chest. Watching Yukdu walk straight into the trap, yeah, that never gets old. Meanwhile, the United Guild goons are losing their minds, screaming at Lich. You scumbag. What did you do to our boss? Lich ignores the noise, ready to clean house. Your time is up. At the same time, I finally locked onto Park Sujin's exact coordinates. I dive from the sky and stick a superhero landing right in front of them. The dynamic entrance leaves them totally shook. Park Sujin looks stunned. Who is this masked freak? I don't waste time. I whip the photo out of my pocket and scan the blonde woman standing there. Match confirmed. That's definitely Park Sujin. I throw my hands up fast, showing I'm not here to fight. Alliance. I'm here for military protection. Sujin waves her, hand signaling her squad to lower the guns. He's clear. She's already run the background check. You're Choi Yuk do right. You ghosted the world 5 years ago, and now you make a legendary comeback. However, she's got some burning questions and wants to have a real talk. Back at the arena, it's go time. Athena slams her staff into the ground with enough force to crack the pavement. She starts the chant, calling on high powers. Manifest and judge this battle. As she speaks, the staff starts pulsating with a crimson glow. A split second later, a beam of pure energy blasts into the sky. The light twists and morphs until a massive angel materializes out of thin air. Dad's jaw drops. Is that actual divine power? The vibe of this duel just turned sinister. A blue force field expands under the angel, sealing the duel space inside a dome. The rules are set 5 versus 5. First to 3 wins takes the blessing of Olympus. The losers get incinerated by holy fire. Fei Long glares at us, his eyes full of venom. You're all destined to rot here. Just wait for the flames to cook you alive. Mom's heart sinks. The power gap between the two teams is massive, and everything is spiraling out of control way too fast. Her future sight is glitching, she can't see a thing. Dad looks around, totally lost. We need 5 fighters, but we've got 8 people here. The math ain't mathing. Athena cuts him off. We said 5, there will be 5. As for the missing 2, they're en route. They might be late to the party, but they never skip. They're the main characters of this show after all. Meanwhile, Fei Long is itching to throw hands. Who's stepping up to die first? I'll handle you. Everyone gets the system ping to enter. The kill zone. The deathmatch is on. Dad locks eyes with Fei Long. This punk is really begging for a beatdown. I'll take him. Suddenly, Shu Shankai steps in his path. This mess is entirely on me because I made a bad call. I have to take responsibility and secure the dub for us. Dad claps a hand on his shoulder. Hey, relax. Unexpected stuff happens all the time. It was out of your control. Just sticking with me is enough. You don't have to carry this. Besides, my wife's curse nerfed their stats, so we actually have a shot in a one-on-one. Let me handle this. Even. Hante-san backs him up. Yeah, she's not built for combat. We just need 3 wins. I trust the boss's strength. He'll crush him. But Shu Shankai just chuckles darkly. You guys don't get it. That guy Fei Long, he's no joke. He looks up, eyes deadly serious. He's the wildest beast in the Tiger Roar Guild. Punching above his weight class is like breathing for him. Since he became a divine messenger, his OP skills let him solo an entire guild that had 3 5 rankers. And the scariest part, he didn't even take a scratch. So let me take this fight. I've got a plan. To secure the W in the arena, he steps into the kill zone without even a backward glance, leaving the opener to me. Solid choice. I won't let you down. As his foot hits the dirt, he's ice cold. No nerves, just pure focus. And just like that, the first round of the arena showdown is about to pop off. The heavy hitters from both squads are ready to throw down. Shixian locks in his gaze, sharpening like a razor blade. Come get some. Don't bore me, alright. He's taunting him. Classic strat: make the enemy lose their cool, so they lose their logic. And that's how you boost your win rate. Just as Shixian predicted, the trash talk hits a nerve. Fei Long snaps instantly. You arrogant little punk. High above, Athena sweeps her arm across the air. Fighters, take your marks. The second Athena drops the command, the chaos officially begins. Fei Long explodes with a terrifying aura, launching himself at Shixian like a missile. Shut your trap, monk, and try blocking this. But the monk, he's a brick wall. He parries every single strike effortlessly. No matter how fast Fei Long blurs, he can't land a fatal hit. The Pope and his crew are watching every move from the sidelines. Down in the pit, these two are moving at speeds the human eye can barely track. Fei Long is actually loving this adrenaline rush. Those were just warm-ups. You better start trying, or you're dead meat. But mid-sentence, Shixian snatches his fist out of the air. The Pope is absolutely hyping up watching this. Shixian is clearly outpacing Fei Long. Round 1 looks like a guaranteed dub for the monk. Suddenly, a dark, creepy energy erupts from Fei Long. He doesn't even look worried that his fist is caught. Shixian's face drops. Something's off. The vibe just shifted. How did his power level spike like that? Shixian doesn't wait to find out. He needs to draw first blood. He blasts Fei Long with a palm strike and instantly backflips over 10 meters away. He's creating a gap. Fei Long lets out a wicked cackle. Playing it safe, huh? Even Athena and Vale are impressed. Hit and run. That's a high IQ play right there. He strikes and immediately creates distance. His survival instincts are screaming at him. Back on Shixian's side, that palm strike came with a cost. His hand is throbbing from the recoil damage. Fei Long sees it and bursts into manic laughter, slowly reaching out his hand. Told you were an idiot. Looks like I was right. How's the bite of my boy? Cadmus feel. Hearing that name, Shixian freezes in shock. Cadmus isn't just a name. It's the spirit snake fused with Fei Long's body. Fei Long taunts him, telling Shixian to quit shaking and keep fighting. He's finally having fun and doesn't want the party to end yet. Before the echo of his voice fades, Fei Long vanishes from his spot. You won't attack, fine. I'll bring the pain to you. Let's see if that defense holds up. Fei Long teleports right in front of Shixian, throwing a haymaker at his face. Shixian has to dodge. There's a literal snake coiled around Fei Long's arm. That reptile is snapping with lightning speed. One wrong move, and those fangs are sinking in. Shixian is stressing. Damn snake is a nightmare. After trading a few blows, Shixian realizes the snake isn't just fast, it's getting faster. And that bite force, lethal. Shixian's eyes go wide with rage. You think a monk is an easy target. Boom, he smashes his other fist right into the snake's skull. But it was a trap. While the snake distracted, Shixian Fei Long ghosted around his defenses. Crash Fei Long lands a heavy blow, sending Shixian skidding backward. Finally, a split second to breathe. But something feels wrong. The snake got faster, sure. But how did Fei Long get faster too? Then it hits him. He's been poisoned. It's not that they sped up. Shixian slowed down. His stats are tanking. Fei Long smirks, overflowing with arrogance. For a monk, you're surprisingly tough to kill. My Dragon Fang poison doesn't just drain you. It buffs me. Every drop of blood it takes fuels my power. In Fei Long's eyes, this poor monk is already walking dead. The Pope, regenerating his health bar by draining the lifeblood straight out of his victims. Fei Long takes one look and knows it's a wrap. That poor monk is absolutely cooked, running completely on fumes. Standing there is the Pope. Let's size up Fei Long's condition right this second. If this keeps up, the power gap is going to snowball out of control. Is Shi Chunzi even going to survive this beatdown? It's a total bloodbath out there, but Fei Long is clearly dominating the flow of battle. Wham! Fei Long launches a devastating kick, smashing right into Shi Chunzi's shoulder with bone-crushing force. He doesn't let up, cackling like a maniac while he strikes. How's that dragon poison tasting, huh? Running through your veins yet? Let's see how long you last. Fei Long unleashes a brutal combo, every single hit connecting with Shi Chunzi's flesh. Shi Chunzi can't even find an opening to clap back. Instead, he starts rapid-fire chanting ancient sutras. Hearing the mumbling, Fei Long bursts out laughing. Pathetic monk, you really think spitting some holy verses is gonna save your skin, waiting for Buddha to swoop in. But Fei Long is totally missing what Athena and Baigui are seeing from the sidelines. They spot a glitch in the matrix. Am I tripping? Is that actual divine power wrapping around him? The guy isn't even S-class. Suddenly, blinding golden rays burst from Shi Chunzi, enveloping his entire form. But Fei Long is too tunneled on the kill to notice. Shi Chunzi starts parrying attacks effortlessly, never breaking his chant. Outside the arena, the Pope is losing his mind. He's witnessing a miracle and a massive gamble. He actually came up with a clutch strategy in this situation. We might actually take this dub and win the match. Because right now, Shi Chunzi looks straight up invincible. He slams his palms together. All dharmas return to one. The dharma form is forged within the Vajra precepts. I call upon all manifestations of Buddha, heed my command. And that's when Fei Long finally realizes something is sketchy. This guy's aura, it's skyrocketing. Boom, a massive golden Buddha materializes in the void. Its eyes gaze down with pure divine contempt. It's looking at Fei Long, the messenger of foreign gods, like he's absolute trash. The majesty is overwhelming, but Fei Long, he's only shocked for a split second. He doesn't give a damn about gods. Cheap parlor tricks. You think this light show can stop me? Shi Chunzi hovers in midair, piloting the giant Buddha avatar, locking in for the counteroffensive. Whoosh! He launches forward, blurring across the arena with insane speed. But this is exactly what Fei Long wanted. Moron, you want to throw hands in close combat. That confidence must be coming from that shiny divine armor. It gives Fei Long a sense of déjà vu, reminding him of another fool he slaughtered back in the day. That guy also thought his condensed divine energy could tank the fangs of the poison dragon. Big mistake. He didn't know that divine power isn't a shield, it's premium fuel tastier than fresh blood. That dude didn't last 2 rounds before Fei Long deleted him. And now here comes fool number 2. Fei Long thinks history is about to repeat itself. But he never expected Shi Chunzi's fist to crack, smash right into his face. The velocity is so broken, Fei Long couldn't even twitch. Shi Chunzi follows through, and the kinetic force sends Fei Long flying across the arena like a ragdoll. He can't believe it. Did he just use divine mana to neutralize my poison debuff and reset his stats? No mercy, Shi Chunzi drives a heavy boot straight into his gut. Cough. Fei Long hacks up a mouthful of fresh blood. It's not just his speed, his strength, his reflexes, everything is back online. He got a massive all-stat buff. Now fully powered up, Shi Chunzi goes berserk on Fei Long. He's venting every ounce of rage from the beating he just took. It's payback time. But Fei Long is a beast. His pain tolerance is god tier. He's basically the guild's ultimate tank. He face tanks the barrage, waiting for the perfect split second to activate his poison dragon counter. Fei Long's eyes light up with twisted excitement. You probably don't get it yet, do ya? That holy energy inside you. It's gourmet Wagyu beef for my pet. You damn bald donkey. Just give up and let my dragon feast on you. Shi Chunzi freezes in horror. What the? My divine energy. It's getting drained. Fei Long roars with laughter. Your power is mine now, checkmate. But Fei Long has no idea what's coming next. That massive dose of god-tier energy he just inhaled. Yeah, it's actually acting like a straitjacket. Pure terror washes over his face. He's glitching out, realizing he has absolutely zero clue what just hit him. Because right now, his ability to tap into that divine power has been totally bricked. He's locked out of his own system. Shi Chunzi just cackles, yo Mr. Arrogance, maybe don't pop the champagne before the game is over. Bam! He emphasizes the point with a brutal haymaker, right to the poison dragon. You're always calling me the idiot, but turns out you're the one holding the L. You probably didn't know, but this Rakshasa energy puts an insane strain on the vessel. Fei Long is absolutely shook. Wait, is my poison dragon actually rejecting your power? How is that even physically possible? Shichunzi gives him a look like he's explaining quantum physics to a toddler. Bro, when did I ever claim this was divine energy? You are painfully naive. But Shichunzi isn't just trash talking. He's throwing hands. He connects with a heavy blow, sending Fei Long launching across the arena. Who had Tiger Roar's top dog getting wrecked by a monk on their bingo card? If you told the streets this was happening, nobody would believe it. Meanwhile, Mom watches from the sidelines cool as a cucumber. She knows this fight is basically a wrap. Before she couldn't wrap her head around why Shichunzi chose the Rakshasa path. It locks him out of the Slayer class and caps his abilities strictly to raw physical muscle. Plus, the karma attached to that power is heavy, toxic, and wildly unstable. You gotta stack up good deeds constantly just to keep it in check. Without deep meditation, that karma will eat you alive. Karma is basically cosmic cause and effect, and Fei Long just chugged a massive dose he can't handle. Now, twitching a finger feels like lifting a mountain for him. Shichunzi senses the good game moment and clasps, his hands bowing respectfully. But don't let the pose fool you, his words are pure venom. Looks like all your villain arcs left you with zero inner peace. You can't handle my karma, son. Dad bursts out laughing. Told you guys not to panic. Shichunzi is a beast. If he calls the win, it's a win. Up in the VIP seats, Athena and Vali are completely blindsided. They had no clue this kind of power was even in the meta. Still, a little paralysis trick isn't going to seal the deal against a pro. If that's all the monk has got, he is severely underestimating what a Slayer can do when pushed against a wall. Right on cue, Fei Long slams a hand into the dirt, propping himself up. He's struggling, veins popping, but then boom, he forces his system to reboot. He snaps back into control of his limbs, but the guy is running on fumes. He's so drained he can't even keep his poison dragon avatar manifest. But look at his eyes, pure, unadulterated rage. Fine, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. He absolutely refuses to take the loss here. Suddenly, Fei Long grabs the fading dragon head on his shoulder and violently rips it open. One last gamble. Get ready to meet your maker, you bald freak. Shichunzi watches something nasty bubble up from Fei Long. A single drop of that corrupted blood hits the floor, and boom, massive clouds of toxic pink smoke erupt instantly. Seeing that chemical hazard, Shichunzi immediately clamps his hands over his face and stops breathing. That's not just smoke, it's lethal gas. He has to play this safe. Looking up, the entire arena is engulfed in the haze. Then a sound like thunder cracks through the air, putting Shichunzi on high alert. Dad and Han-san are freaking out. Wait, is that the beat of war drums? Where is that coming from? Meanwhile, inside the smog, Fei Long is totally unaffected, casting some dark ritual. Great General Ares, I offer this poison dragon blood as tribute. Grant me your spear. As he chants, that thick smoke starts swirling, morphing into a violent tornado. In a flash, a crimson spear materializes out of thin air. Fei Long reaches out to grab it. This is it, his final trump card. As long as he holds that weapon, he can keep swinging until his bones turn to dust. No fear left, just pure bloodlust. Athena's jaw hits the floor. That's a legit divine weapon. Even a Slayer shouldn't be able to touch that without level restrictions. It's charged with the power of the gods, and morphs perfectly to match the fighter's style. Whoa, listen to that maniacal laughter. That right there. That is the unbridgeable canyon between a casual gamer and a top-tier ranker. And Suyunsi might be completely cooked today. Even Athena watching from above is starting to sweat bullets. Fei Long just pulled out the poison dragon item Ares slipped him. If the other gods catch wind of this little cheat, they are going to flip out. However, knowing Ares and his merciful side, if Fei Long secures the dub, the war god will probably sweep it under the rug. Flip side, if he chokes, the punishment is going to be straight up nightmare fuel. But right now, Fei Long isn't thinking about consequences, he is locked in on the kill. Athena brushes off her anxiety. There is no way a normie player claps a ranker wielding a literal god-tier weapon. Zero worries left. With that spear in hand, Fei Long's confidence is skyrocketing through the roof. He is totally dismissing Su Yun-si now. His stats just got juiced, and it is time for the beatdown to begin. Su Yun-si is shook but tries to rush back into melee range. But blink and you miss it. Su Yun-si can't even track the spear in Fei Long's grip, even fighting blind. Our boy knows one thing for sure, stay the hell away. As long as he keeps a buffer zone, Fei Long shouldn't be able to touch him. But the second that thought crosses his mind, a phantom slash rips his cheek open. Su Yun-si's face says it all, pure horror. Is this game over? Just wait, it gets worse. Hey miserable monk, go boom, as Fei Long taunts him. Sure enough, a deafening blast erupts right next to Su Yun-si's ear. The explosion catches him completely off guard. His instincts scream danger, and he barely throws up a charm block in time. Close call. But he can feel it, that spear is dripping with the same corrosive nastiness as the poison dragon. A system alert pops up due to the corrosive blood of Ares effect. His defense just tanked by 50%. Yeah, you heard me. 50%. Su Yunxi is basically made of glass now. Fei Long strolls over cool as ice. Bet that armor is toast by now, huh? Let's see you tank this. Boom, Fei Long moves like a streak of lightning, closing the gap instantly. He throws a massive punch, at warp speed, but Su Yunxi weaves past it. Nice dodge right, wrong. Avoiding the fist doesn't mean he escaped the spear. Su Yunxi's eyes go wide with total shock. This guy is literally shooting spear tips from his body. How do you even counter that? If Su Yunxi hadn't nerfed Fei Long's skills earlier, he would be a corpse right now. He spots an opening and throws a desperate palm strike. But it is weak sauce. Fei Long sidesteps it like it is nothing. Still, Su Yunxi uses the momentum to launch himself backward, putting some serious real estate between him and that monster. He still has no clue what the spear's max range actually is. Slowly raising a hand, Su Yunxi starts, chanting under his breath. Let the three realms be cleansed, wash away the conflict, and incinerate the karmic sins. Fei Long laughs like a maniac. That is your limit. He digs his nails into his own palm, ripping it open until fresh blood sprays everywhere. In seconds, a massive amount of crimson is gushing from the wound. You think running away helps? I am extending my reach, pal. Try dodging this. Su Yunxi ignores the trash talk, whispering the mantra faster. Suddenly, Fei Long sees something that stops him cold. A massive magical formation erupts, wrapping around him. Golden light locks him down like a cage, crushing him with immense gravitational pressure. Fei Long stares in disbelief. It is the Enlon mantra Su Yunxi was prepping. A sacred spell that purges evil and blocks dark forces. That nasty poison dragon blood effect has been mostly wiped out. But then, an arrogant cackle bursts from Fei Long's throat. He doesn't feel beaten at all. Trying to seal me and snipe. From a distance, don't be so naive, kid. Then the impossible happens. Fei Long actually forces himself up against the crushing weight. A terrifying aura explodes from him as Fei Long clocks the intel and freezes, totally caught off guard. He immediately screams at Su Yunxi to watch his back. Right now, Fei Long is a walking disaster zone. Whoosh! A crimson spike tears through the air. It shoots straight for Su Yunxi's skull. Talk about a close shave, it barely misses his actual head. It pierces his straw hat, instead dealing 0 damage, but maxing out the fear factor. That was way too close. Su Yunxi is rattled. Suddenly the scene shifts. Athena manifests right in front of Dad, radiating blinding holy light. But her vibe is icy cold. She drops the law, interfere, and you get punished. Boom, a golden judgment, bolt smites Dad instantly. He can't handle the sheer agony. He drops to his knees, crushed. Mom rushes from behind, healing spells ready. Honey, are you okay? Dad is absolutely terrified right now. The only thing keeping him grounded is the searing flames pinning him down. The power of a god is no joke, but what really ticks Dad off is that Athena only chipped him for 1 single hit point. The disrespect. He feels totally humiliated. Meanwhile, Fei Long's blood aura blasts into the sky. Every trace of that blood mist is toxic gas mixed with jagged spikes. Without that warning, Su Yunxi would be toast. Fei Long glares at Dad, looks like the meddler got wrecked. Back in the ring, sweat is dripping down Su Yunxi's face. Melee combat is suicide, but those blood blades have infinite range. This just got way harder. He stands up, forcing himself to breathe slow and deep, centering his chi, checking his stamina bar. He's got maybe 3 minutes left. No other options. It's fight or die. Fei Long is on a different wavelength. His patience is at 0. He just wants to speedrun this battle. Dragging this out is a waste of time. Both fighters detonate their magical energy at the exact same second. Thunder cracks across the arena. Su Yunxi shuts his eyes, tapping into the Arhat realms. Celestial Eye Wisdom Eye Dharma Eye Buddha Eye. If he triggers the Dharma Eye right now, he can take the W. All laws return to 1. Dharma Eye open. The monk transforms into a Buddha slayer. No more mercy in his heart. He is fully embodying the path of destruction now. This Dharma Eye buffs his combat stats insanely high. Across the field, Fei Long readies his spear for the kill. The monk's power-up is massive, but the timer is ticking fast. He needs a strategy. As soon as possible, or it's game over. Su Yunxi locks his focus onto that spear. Wait, he spots something. There's barely any divine energy stored in that weapon. And that blood sword. From earlier, same story. No divine covering at all. It's all smoke and mirrors. Su Yunxi grins. He gets it now. This guy is a paper tiger, scary roar, but no teeth. Next second, 3 massive Buddha seals manifest behind Su Yunxi to tank Fei Long's attack. Su Yunxi catches the strike with his bare hand. Fei Long's face is priceless. Just like that, he read my move. How is that possible? Since when is this lowly monk 200 IQ? Su Yunxi bursts out laughing. This is your legendary blood spear. Talk about overhyped. Turns out it's mid. So, with a tiny flex, he snaps Fei Long's spear like a twig. You are honestly so predictable. You really relying on this blood spear as your ultimate weapon? In my eyes, your ultimate is absolutely trash. Fei Long screams, totally losing it. How did my blood spear break that easy? Athena and Bai Qi are shook watching from the sidelines. How? How did he block blood threads thin as hair? Can human eyes even track something that microscopic? Unlike those two, Dad is pumping his fist in pure joy. Looks like everything Su Yunsi said earlier was facts. He really does have a counterstrat. Having a guy like this on the squad is a huge relief. Su Yunchi stares at the blood mist lingering in his hand. With that much evil energy stacked up, dark thoughts are gonna spawn. Thinking quickly, Su Yunsi decides to purify the corruption in the mist. Massive karma energy flows through. His fingers in the mist is cleansed instantly. Meanwhile, Fei Long is still in denial. So what if you read my attack, I can still throw hands? Suddenly, Su Yunsi looks startled. The blood mist that just got purified and resurfacing. This blood mist isn't just floating, it's autonomous and ready to hunt. Watching from the sidelines, Athena breaks it down slowly. The divine power in that bloodline is totally off balance. And because the blood is so diluted, it can actually slip right through enemy defenses. This crimson fog is morphing into a kill shot rushing frantically towards Shu Chenxi. Athena and Vale are glued to the scene, dying to see how Shu Chenxi handles this mess. In this clutch moment, Shu Chenxi instantly snaps open the Dharma eye. Massive gravitational force slams down on Fei Long, crushing him until he can barely stay on his feet. Fei Long looks absolutely savage. That blasted, wretched monk. He's still got a killer move hidden away. Right then, Shu Chenxi reaches out a hand. Boom, the blood blades. Around him freeze dead in the air, unable to move an inch. All beings are bound by ignorance, chained by afflictions, falling into the three evil paths and enduring endless suffering. Outside the arena, Athena screams in panic. Watch out for that monk's eyes. He can track the flow of divine power. Fei Long is totally lost. What the heck kind of eyes are those? Athena drops some terrible news on Fei Long. Every single attack he is throwing is completely useless against this guy. Hearing this, Huntinson's jaw drops. Damn it, Athena actually decoded the monk's Dharma eye that fast. He instantly looks up at the ghostly figure of goddess Athena floating above. That Athena over there is meddling in the fight. Aren't you gonna stop her, goddess? Athena looks troubled. As the referee, she can't let this slide. The Phantom points a finger at Athena with a warning. Do that again and you get punished. Huntinson is furious, cursing out loud. Isn't this blatant favoritism? Why did our boss get smacked with a penalty, while that woman on the other side just got a warning? But Papa cuts him off cold. It doesn't matter. Just watch the monk battle. As long as Shu Chenxi takes the W, nothing else counts. Back on the battlefield, Shu Chenxi keeps his hand raised. Wave after wave of gravity stacks up layer upon layer, crushing down on Fei Long's body, pinning him to the floor. Fei Long snaps at Athena. Shut your mouth, I don't need your help. A simple, lousy monk can't touch me. But he instantly pays the price for that trash talk, witnessing something straight up terrifying. The monk's aura shifts drastically as he starts muttering sutras. More importantly, a massive Dharma avatar actually manifests behind him. This thing has legendary origins. It is the sacred form of Fudo Myo, the phantom of the Dharma god. Even with just 10% of the original power, it is way too much for a regular climber to handle. Raging Fei Long is pushed to the brink of despair. Damn this monk, why do you always have an ace up your sleeve? Shu Chenxi ignores him completely, continuing the chant. If this sutra is spoken, he shall manifest before us, clearing obstacles and granting peace. If sentient beings sincerely call my name. So Shu Chenxi keeps devoutly reciting the invocation sutra. It is the first thing monks learn, but don't get it twisted, it is not weak. Actually, through manifestation, it buffs Fudo Myo's attack and defense by more than double. Pulling this off takes insane talent and grit. As long as he finishes reciting this sutra, he unlocks that 10% power spike. But there is a catch. It takes 30 seconds. During that time, he can't break focus for a split second. Otherwise, it is all for nothing. What he doesn't realize is that Fei Long's face is already twisted in pure rage. He starts flexing every muscle, secretly trying to break out of the gravity lock. However, just as he is about to stand, Shu Chenxi's hand presses down lightly, forcing Fei Long to kneel before him again. Shu Chenxi feels incredibly satisfied. He looks down at Fei Long, eyes mocking him, reciting sutras for 30 seconds, right in an enemy's face. That is the ultimate humiliation. But cunning Fei Long comes up with a desperate gambit. He rips into his own flesh, letting fresh blood flow to launch a surprise attack on Shu Chenxi. As his blood hits the floor, it shoots towards Shu Chenxi at high speed, trying to break his concentration. Watching from high up, Athena's stressing out. She's thinking, this guy is an absolute moron. He had one job, smash the seal, interrupt the chant. Instead, he's flailing like a rookie, wasting energy on useless moves. Fei Long's DPS is effectively 0 right now. With the monk's Dharma eye active, it doesn't matter how many blood blades he spams, Shuzhanzi sidesteps them effortlessly. Too bad, Fei Long's brain is currently mush, rationality gone. His entire existence is fixated on one thing, making sure that bald, freak across the arena stops breathing. But here comes the reality check for our boy Fei Long, because he can't even land a scratch on Shuzhanzi's face. That chant isn't just noise, it's hard countering his evil dragon bloodline. Brute forcing through that suppression would take an insane amount of divine mana. Basically, Fei Long is spamming useless attacks against the Dharma eye. 0 damage. He hurls another volley of blood blades, but the monk's footwork is too clean, weaving through them like smoke. Fei Long goes full berserk mode. Meanwhile, Shuzhanzi's ult is loading 15 seconds left on the clock. Once that timer hits 0, it's game over for Fei Long. But hold up, plot twist incoming. Shuzhanzi starts crying blood. Literally. His eyes are cooked. That Dharma eye wasn't meant for marathon runs. Both fighters are running on fumes now. It's purely an endurance test who breaks first. Fei Long spots the blood and goes feral with excitement. Since the monk is finally redlining, this is the one shot Fei Long has to clutch a comeback. He slams the ground, summoning a tidal wave of blood streams, just as Fei Long readies an all-or-nothing nuke, draining every drop of blood he has. The Fudo Mayo avatar above solidifies, looking terrifyingly real. The monk needs 10 seconds max to seal the deal. 9 seconds. Tick-tock. By the 6-second mark, a triumphant smirk creeps onto Shuzhanzi's face. Athena shuts her eyes, she knows it's over. Fei Long is out of plays. Behind her, Bai Yi is raging. This hothead has negative IQ, I swear. 3 seconds left. Bai Yi and Han Tian are already mentally celebrating. The W is secured. The suspense is dead. But here's the T, nobody knows. Shuzhanzi is way past his red line. Keeping that Dharma eye open is literally burning his life force, but he doesn't dare drop his guard for a microsecond, and powers through the chant. All follows the mind like the world-honored one. The second he drops that bar, the timer hits 0. Boom. The massive Fudo Mio avatar behind him springs into action. It moves with glitch-like speed, radiating a pressure so heavy it locks Fei Long down, making him even more frozen. Then Fudo Mio delivers the ultimate haymaker, slamming directly into Fei Long. The impact is so insane, it instantly shuts his lights out. KO. That's a wrap for the Tiger Roar Guild's S-rank hunter, the Guardian. Messenger Fei Long. Completely destroyed. The winner is the United Guild's vice president, fellow S-ranker Shuzhanzi. He lets out a massive breath. Dude was running on empty for a while now. But luckily, he took out their heavy hitter Fei Long before he crashed. Floating above Athena, declares the allied forces as the victors. Once the call is made, the arena barrier slowly dissolves. Our squad erupts into hype cheers. Shuzhanzi bows humbly to the crowd. I'm not that good, honestly. Just got lucky taking down Fei Long. Kinda embarrassing, it was this close. But hey, glad I didn't let the team down. Suddenly, a hologram of Athena addresses the masses. Winner of the first finals match, United Guild. After Fei Long gets teleported out, Athena starts spamming heal spells on him. Fei Long's tankiness is legit impressive, back to full HP in just over 10 minutes. But then Athena drops the temperature, speaking with an icy edge. You need to grind harder. Getting clapped by a monk. Embarrassing. Neither of them notices the new players stepping up behind Fei Long. But feeling their aura, Fei Long's eyes widen in pure shock. One rocking a longsword, the other gripping a long whip. They're humiliated by Fei Long's loss and look ready to teach him a painful lesson. Fei Long starts apologizing, profusely swearing he'll never take another L. But honestly, his apologies are falling on deaf ears. Useless. The thunderous roar shuts him up instantly. Zip it. A fail is a fail, period. No sob stories allowed. You can see the smirk spreading across their faces. Father sent a message expressing how deeply impressed he is with your screw-up. Congratulations, you now have the honor of getting taken out by your own squad. We're gonna harvest a chunk of your power right now. Pure terror floods Fei Long's eyes, but he's frozen, helpless. He just has to take it. Out of nowhere, that shadowy figure behind him winds up and cracks a whip violently against Fei Long's back. Blood splatters everywhere. It's brutal. Even Choi Jin Han feels a cold shiver run down his spine just watching this mess. Seriously, this is how they treat their friends. After a solid 10-minute beatdown, they finally quit. Guess Father is feeling generous today. This ends here. Disappoint Father again, and heads will roll literally. Fei Long is hanging by a thread right now. And remember, these aren't toys, they're divine weapons. Before vanishing, they drop a frosty little goodbye, watch your back, and poof, they're gone. Once the air clears, Fei Long's eyes are burning with pure, unadulterated hate. It's all that bald monk's fault. I'm gonna end him. Talk about a mood shift. While Fei Long's broken, the monk is getting the MVP treatment. Everyone's hyping the monk up, while Fei Long is licking his wounds. Suddenly, a dark laugh cuts right through Fei Long's revenge fantasy. Don't worry about payback, buddy. You won't get the chance, cause I'm up next. He flicks his wrist casually. Dark purple energy swirls in his palm, solidifying into a wicked black scythe. He knows Fei Long won't get a rematch, because the Tiger Roar Guild takes no prisoners. The loser is gonna roast alive in the eternal fires of Hades. Next up, one of our guys has to face this creep. Choi Jin Han pauses, reading the room. He can tell instantly this guy's aura is on par with Fei Long's power level. Probably higher. I got this. Choi Jin Han steps up. But before he enters the arena, his wife presses a small pouch into his hand. Keep this on you. That's Eslar, the god of death. He's rocking at least 60% of the actual death god's power, which means his attacks don't just hurt your body, they target your soul. This should help. He grabs the item. If she's worried enough to hand this over, it's serious. Behind them, Shu-chan and Hante-san are hyping him up. Guild unity for the win. Choi Jin Han nods, locking in. I'll wrap this up quick and be right back. No hesitation. Choi Jin Han strides into the kill zone. He looks like a total boss walking to the center of the arena, carrying that warrior spirit marching toward destiny without flinching. Now, as a swordsman, Choi Jin Han could blast sword energy from a distance to keep enemies at bay, but that takes way too long to charge up. In a one-on-one duel like this, up close and personal is the only way to go. Choi Jin Han runs the simulation in his head. He's got a game plan ready. Phase 1, use Swift Step to bridge the gap instantly. Phase 2, unleash a combo barrage so fast the guy can't counter. Phase 3, spot the opening and land the finisher. He calls this masterpiece, the 3-step kill method. Simple, yeah. Deadly, absolutely. Suddenly, ghostly shadows erupt from Beiye's body, swirling around him like a nightmare shield. Above them, the Phantom of Athena signals the start. Warriors, take your marks. Fight. Instantly, Beiye swings that massive scythe, sending a swarm of shadow ghosts screaming toward Choi Jin Han. Choi locks in. Time for phase 1. He triggers Flash Step to blur past the incoming ghosts. He needs to analyze the enemy while dodging. With that thought, he slashes. Left, right. A perfect X-shaped slash carves a path straight through the evil spirits. Beiye looks a little shook. He figured this guy was just another basic, predictable sword swinger. But as the words leave Beiye's mouth, Choi Jin Han is already gone, teleported. He materializes right behind the Reaper blade primed for the kill. But wait, Beiye isn't panicking. The guy looks totally in control. Swing Choi Jin Han's blade slices through the air. A horizontal slash cleanly bisects Beiye's body. That hit was savage. It looked like a one-hit KO. But Choi Jin Han's eyes widen in horror. Something's wrong. There was no resistance. His sword cut through air, not flesh. The plan failed. It wasn't the real body, just a shadow clone. Choi realizes he just wasted his best move. He played his trump card on a decoy. Damn it, Choi curses under his breath. Too late. Dozens of evil spirits materialize behind him, ready to rip him apart. Bam. The spirits coalesce instantly, whipping up a pitch-black fog tornado. It swallows Choi Jin Han whole. But Beiye isn't stupid. He knows that trap won't hold a beast like Jin Han, so he tactically retreats. He keeps creating distance. And exactly as predicted, Jin Han barely flicks his wrist. That single casual swing shreds the tornado, carving an exit. He doesn't pause to breathe. He launches straight at Beiye's main body. He needs a speedrun victory here. Beiye just smirks, totally amused. I actually thought you had brains, but you're even denser than Phelan. Guess this is your limit. The second those words drop, Jin Han snaps. He slashes instantly, cleaving Beiye clean in half. But here's the kicker. He fell for the exact same bait. That blade only hit a shadow clone, meaning absolutely zero damage. Landed on the real Beiye. But don't count him out. Jin Han's hearing is god tier. He's audio tracking Beiye's voice, instantly locking onto the real target's coordinates. Dude is relentless, buzzing around like an angry hornet, shredding through Beiye's shadow clones left and right. But every hit, useless. Beiye is practically wheezing. I'm gonna die of laughter at this rate. Never. Seen a swordsman this brain dead. Bro, don't you get it? My shadow clones are infinite. To prove it, Bei spawns dozens more instantly. They swarm Jin Han. Go ahead. Take a wild guess. Which one is really me? He exhales a blinding fog right at Jin Han. If you can't even see your enemy, you're trash. It's game over. Jin Han's gaze sharpens. He realizes the spam attacks aren't working. Since standard moves are failing, he's got to pull out the big guns. In a heartbeat, Jin Han drops into a weird stance. He grips his blade vertical center mass and his aura just explodes. It's massive. You seem confident. Think you can handle this. But that Tiger Roar S-ranker isn't about to let him power up like an anime protagonist. He rushes in, but whoosh whoosh, Jin Han counters, instantly obliterating the incoming shadows. Watching from the stands, Athena is convinced Jin Han is cooked. 0% win rate. But then she notices something weird. Jin Han's wife, she's ice cold. Totally calm. Not a single drop of sweat. For a low tier, that confidence is suspicious. They're definitely hiding an ace. Up their sleeve. Back in the ring, Jin Han shifts to an attack stance. Now Bei is interested. Got a new trick for me. Suddenly, Athena's eyes go wide. She screams a warning to Bai, telling him to watch out. The second she yells, Bai feels the shift too. Something's wrong. Jin Han vanishes into thin air. He takes 4 lightning-fast steps and teleports right behind Bai. His eyes are blazing with pure fire, leaking intense, murderous intent. This is his ultimate enlightenment technique, the octuple step. It's absolutely broken. 8 consecutive jumps, and here's the catch. His speed doubles exponentially with every single leap. He used this before to outrun that vengeful spirit, but now Jin Han powers up his legs. Swish, he's gone again. Completely invisible to the naked eye. He's moving faster than sight. By the time he flickers back into view, he's practically on top of Bai. Blade raised for the kill. Bai is shook. What is this guy? How is he still getting faster? In a panic, Bai throws a clone in the way to tank the hit. But Jin Han's eyes, they're locked on the target. Found you. Nowhere to run. Blink and Jin Han is suddenly right in Bai's face. That was jump number 5. He unleashes a massive sword beam, but damn, it hits another clone. 0 damage to the main body. But Jin Han resets instantly, reacquiring the target before Bai can even blink. He strikes again. Now Bai is legitimately freaking out. If his reflexes weren't S tier, his head would be rolling on the floor right now. But before he can even sweat, jump number 7 hits. Jin Han appears behind him, another miss. Bai's reaction time is actually insane. But Jin Han isn't just fast, he's got that hero-inherited power flowing through his veins. He maxes out his speed, aiming to crush Bai's spirit and decapitate him in one go. Clang metal grinds against metal. Jin Han called it, perfectly he's faster. Shutting down those phantom shadow clones is key. If Choi Jin Han maintains his speed advantage, he can absolutely clutch this W. But right then, a spectral warrior silhouette manifests out of thin air, looming ominously behind Choi Jin Han. Channeling his true hero heritage, Athena's expression goes instantly, stone cold. It's no wonder this guy leads a guild, despite not being S tier. That raw power alone puts him in the big leagues. You know people have theories about the tower's origins, but the biggest one, the tower, is basically where human history crashes into ancient mythology. History and myth are 2 sides of the same coin. If gods stand for mythology then, heroes are the living proof of history. But inheriting a hero's legacy, that is a totally different ballgame than being a god's chosen. While everyone grinds to get noticed by the divine, inheriting a hero is pure destiny. So in Athena's eyes, Choi Jin Han is one lucky dude. Bai cracks a sinister smirk. You really think you can take me in? CQC, a flesh and blood mortal, against the Reaper's scythe. You're dreaming. But here's the tea, despite rocking that death god weapon, Bai's actual combat skills seem kinda mid. Choi Jin Han smells blood. He's confident he's got this in the bag. Reach range coverage. Choi's got the upper hand. Bai is totally outmatched. But that's a divine weapon we're talking about. Humans can't just master that overnight. Bai winds up a savage swing and slams it. Straight down, but that move, massive rookie mistake. It leaves him wide open. Mockery flashes in. Choi Jin Han's eyes. Guess your god didn't teach you how to use that toy. Right then, Bai finally snaps. In a split second, Choi Jin Han's blade thrusts straight through his heart. Bullseye. Choi laughs. Thought you could dodge with that cheap trick. Too bad that was my 8th jump. Watching from the sidelines, Hansen hypes him up. That's our guild master. Securing the dub that fast. But then his mom's voice cuts through the celebration. Don't celebrate yet. That hit, 0 damage. Back on the battlefield, a creepy laugh bubbles up from Bai. That victory face of yours, hilarious. Choi freezes in shock. Wait, didn't I land that? Does his phantom shadow skill have 0 cooldown? Bai cackles maniacally. I never said I could only swap with spirit bodies. You just assumed that all on your own. As he speaks, his hand is already phasing toward Choi's chest. He clamps down, gripping Choi Jin Han's heart the moment he solidifies. It's game over. My dad senses the massive red flag instantly. This is bad. Without hesitation, he kicks back, barely escaping the kill zone. But this time, Choi Jin Han totally underestimated this guy. That last exchange marked him with the mark of the underworld Lord Bai's ult, caught him completely lacking. He can shift into an ethereal spirit form, literally dissolving his physical body. Right now, Bai looks like the Grim Reaper, straight out of hell. 4 marks and your soul belongs to me, my little puppet. But honestly, I'm not gonna give you a second chance to run. Next hit, I'm crushing your heart. Suddenly, Choi Jin Han spots it, the Hades seal, right on his chest. Once it hits stack number 4, he turns into a Hades specter. Choi Jin Han is in a serious pinch now. Getting close means physical contact, which means more stacks are inevitable. Even a beast like Choi Jin Han is struggling. Bai's ability is a total nightmare matchup. He grips his sword hilt so hard it starts creaking. His 8-step jump is still on cooldown, and he's dying to unleash his finisher. Bei laughs. I'll admit you've got talent, but at the end of the day, you're a nobody. Boom, he launches himself at Choi. Since Bei is in spirit mode, he's burning mana and takes bonus damage from magic. But Bei, he got lucky. His opponent is a pure physical build, making Choi Jin-han's attacks useless. As Bei closes in, his claws creep toward Choi's shoulder, but Choi Jin-han's reaction time is insane. He snaps back the second his senses tingle. Bei bursts out laughing. You're fast, I'll give you that. But it's hopeless. Instantly, he moves. The Reaper's scythe blurs through the air, aimed straight for the kill. It connects, slashing deep into Choi Jin-han's right shoulder. That makes strike two. 2 more marks, and it is game over. Panic starts to cloud Choi Jin-han's mind. Keeping this up is a one-way ticket to the grave. Bei starts monologuing his opponent's grim fate. Your flesh is gonna burn, rot, and crumble into nothingness in the pits of hell. Your bones will turn to dust. Chains will shackle your soul, turning you into my mindless puppet. Bei lunges again. Cold sweat drips down Choi Jin-han's face. You sick bastard. In a split second, Bei teleports right into his blind spot. Landing mark number 3. Choi Jin-han scrambles back, swinging his blade wildly, but it passes right through like he is cutting smoke. Physical attacks are totally useless. Choi Jin-han switches gears, desperately kiting Bei to create some distance. But the villain sees right through the play. You think you can stall until my spirit form runs out of juice. Too bad. That strategy is trash. He can stay in ghost mode for at least 3 more minutes. One more touch, and he wins. This next exchange is sudden death. Choi Jin-han knows the stakes are do or die. He pours every ounce of mana into his sword. Bei cracks up laughing. Are you actually stupid? Charging your blade in that condition, aren't you terrified of the 4th mark? The second he shuts his mouth, he warps right behind Choi Jin-han's back. But Choi Jin-han isn't panicking. He is slowly drawing his blade. As steel leaves the sheath, blue lightning crackles and pops along the metal. With every inch revealed, Bei thinks he has this in the bag. Swords and fists can't touch him, and he just needs to land one tiny tap. But as Bei moves, Choi Jin-han matches his speed. He remembers the small pouch his wife gave him. Thank God for that clutch gift. Choi Jin-han has been prepping for this exact second. This hit is going to be fatal. Pure killing intent floods his gaze. He executes the 8 steps jump, flashing in front of Bei for the slash. As Choi Jin-han's sword slides smoothly back into its scabbard, Bei's head slides right off his neck. Clean cut, instant elimination. Meanwhile, across the map, the main character finally makes his grand return. He is sprinting, like a madman. He got the intel that his parents are in serious trouble, but guarding the arena is an exceptionally cracked triple S rank hunter. You better hurry up or this is gonna have a boring ending. Back on the battlefield after dropping Bei, Choi Jin-han is ready to take a victory lap. But Shishang senses a disturbance in the air. The dark energy is spiking uncontrollably. A massive wave of black magic erupts from Bei's corpse. Choi Jin-han whips his head around only to see pure terror plastered on Bei's severed head. Bei looks like he is staring into the abyss. Suddenly a skeletal hand rips through reality and the skeleton demon king steps out. You lost. How pathetic. Choi Jin-han goes on high alert. What is this monster? His mana pressure is off the charts. The skeleton demon king completely ignores Choi Jin-han, reaching down to pinch Bei's severed head between his fingers. I gave you power to win this fight. Your loss proves you are garbage. With a sickening crunch, the demon king squashes Bei's head like a grape. Everyone dies here. His eyes widen in shock. Is that Hades, the skeleton demon king? Desperate, he flares his remaining energy and charges the boss. Han's instincts are screaming. Attacking now is literally suicide. Hades looks at Choi Jin-han like he is a bug. He barely squeezes, locking Choi Jin-han in an invisible grip. Stupid human, you really don't know your place. Watching this nightmare unfold, the guild members try to rush in for a rescue, but a spectral Athena blocks their path. You are all guilty, and this arena is your execution ground. Athena's voice drops to absolute zero. From now on, no one enters the domain of the gods. The moment she stops talking, lightning sizzles behind her and she gets vaporized into dust. This completely stuns the 2 Tiger Roar guild members. Look up, someone is dropping from the sky. That someone is me. I smash right through the barrier with my weapon even though I have zero clue what is going on. Perfect timing. I see you all standing around watching my family suffer like it's some kind of twisted reality show. I know exactly what went down. You want to fight? Fine. Come at me, all of you at once. Rewind 3 minutes. Skeleton King Hades has possessed Choi Jin-han's body. Mom screams out in pure terror, Hyukdu. It's all up to you. My eyes ignite with bloodlust as a jagged spear of lightning crackles to life in my grip. Without hesitation, I hurl the bolt straight at Hades' skull. The Demon King snaps back in a rage. You might have breached the barrier, but your father belongs to me now. Meanwhile, Hante-san slams the ground. Forget the rest. Secure the boss now. Gravity takes hold, but before I hit the dirt, a massive stone pillar shoots up, launching me back into the action. Good looking out, Tae-san. I owe you one big time. After I bury these guys, I kick off the stone with explosive force. Target locked the skeletal arm. Even Hades looks rattled. Crack. I shatter the bone with a single devastating strike. Hades howls in agony. You, wretched brat, how dare you sever my limb? I ignore his whining, break his grip, and snatch my father to safety. My killing intent is so thick you could choke on it. As long as I'm breathing, nobody else dies today. And none of you are leaving here alive. Hades roars, but he's powerless to stop me. Honestly surprised Dad held out this long. But this bag of bones, he's not even a threat. The real monster is the guy watching from the sidelines, the one controlling the lightning. That guy is on a whole different level. Strongest opponent I've sensed since crawling out of the abyss. But here's the kicker. Why didn't his lightning fry me, and why let me breach the barrier? It doesn't add up. But the weirdest part, when his bolt hit me, I didn't die, I absorbed it. I literally used his own power to smash his barrier. I dropped Dad off next to Mom. Questions later, murder now. I stand up and glare at the figure floating above. That guy is a walking disaster. He needs to die first. The Lich just smirks, looking amused. What a show. It's going to be delightful watching you lose everyone you love. That is, if you can even reach me. Suddenly, Fei Long's voice cuts through the air. With that ghost Athena gone, we don't have to play by the rules anymore. Gloves are off. He's barking at Shukanshi, desperate for a rematch to wash away his earlier humiliation. Fei Long blurs into motion, rushing the monk. Round 2 fight, Athena stays put, eyes locked on the Lich up in the sky. She's confused. Why isn't the boss stopping Fei Long's rampage? Then it clicks. Is he testing the kid's true power, realizing the play? Athena summons her longsword and shield. She can't just stand there idly. She glances back at Hugo. Hey, are you just gonna watch all day? You've been silent since we got here. Hugo scoffs. Mind your own business. Heh. Stay focused. Just then, a nightmare aura explodes from the Skeleton King. Death itself seems to leak from him as hundreds of phantom shadows scream toward us. Honestly, this Skeleton King is weak sauce. But I can't ignore him. He might target my family. Hante-san shield, my parents now. Hearing the command, the big guy punches the earth. Massive slabs of rock erupt from the ground, encasing them in a fortress. Within seconds, the defensive wall is up. At level 75, that shield should tank hits from anyone here, even with the curse debuffing them by 30 levels. With Mom and Dad safe, inside Tae-san's bunker I can finally cut loose. They dared to touch my family. Today, I'm wiping every single one of them off the map. Meanwhile, that maniac, Fei Long, is trading heavy blows with Shukanshi. He's powered up and actually pushing the monk back. Suddenly, Fei Long's eyes go wide as I flicker into existence, right above him, primed to strike. You're annoying. You die first. 6 dragon heads erupt from Fei Long's hands. Insane speed. Dude just glitched in front of me like he teleported. Come at me, bro. Let's see if you survive these jaws. Split second later, my leg connects. Straight into Fei Long's gut. Crack. That's the sound of his entire skeletal structure shattering into dust. So much for being cocky. One kick sends Fei Long launching past Athena, leaving her completely shook. One hit. Just one kick to drop her precious double S rank warrior. Athena starts losing her mind, screaming curses. Useless trash, can't even tank one hit. With Fei Long out of the picture, Shukianzi breaks free. I signal him to handle those spirit entities as soon as possible. His karma is the perfect hard counter for ghost types. Shukianzi claps his palms together and starts chanting, "Go all out, I've got your parents covered." A blinding golden aura bursts from Shukianzi, locking down the phantoms and burning them with purification. Situation stabilized, check. Now I step up to intercept Athena. You can practically smell her panic rising. She knows Baigui's spirits are no match for that monk. She needs to end this fast. She hurls her shield, without hesitation, but I snatch it out of the air with one hand. Zero recoil. Didn't even budge. Pure killing intent floods her eyes. But deep down, she really doesn't want the smoke with a monster like me. Too bad. She's got no choice. Honestly, her moves look like beginner-level tutorials to me. I block her strikes like I'm swatting flies. Now, my turn. I lock her body down. And with her own shield in my grip, she's done for. I smash the shield's edge straight into her elbow. Snap. Shattered. Then I slam the shield brutally into her nose. Thanks for the weapon, lady. Only right, I return the favor. Yeah, I proceed to absolutely wail on her with her own gear. Something about this woman just makes me sick. So I show zero mercy, putting max power behind every single smash. After 3 minutes of straight beatdown, her face is unrecognizable. Suddenly, a voice booms from the sky. You useless idiots, completely worthless. Lich extends a hand, summoning a crackling arc of lightning. Did you forget you're still under the weakness curse? Until that curse master dies, you're nerfed. Your combat power is capped at level 70. How did you expect to beat a level 100 rookie like that? Then Lich's eyes lock onto the stone wall behind Shukianzi. Shuqianzi freezes in total shock. He never imagined Lich packed this kind of god-tier power, and the worst part, he's aiming right at Yugdo's mom. Shuqianzi slowly peels off his blindfold. He knows it's reckless, but there's no other play here. Next second, he reignites his celestial eye. He has to manifest his weapon form instantly to block Lich's strike. Shuqianzi fires up the celestial eyes, but Lich up above isn't waiting for him to finish his spell. Watching that insane energy build up, cold panic grips Shuqianzi's heart. Die, you losers. Getting fried by my lightning is your destiny. The beam blasts forward. The power is off the charts, countless bolts of electricity converging into a single point. Boom! The bolt slams into the stone barricade Hande-san put up. My heart's racing. I have to intercept that beam before the wall crumbles, but it's too fast. Just as I pivot, the stone wall is already history. Shattered. The barrier collapses, meaning my parents are buried under all that rubble. I force my eyes open and spot a hand reaching out from the debris. It's my mom. Her hand trembles in the air, then drops limp. My blood runs cold. This can't be real. I sprint toward her like a madman, but suddenly a shield comes flying at my face. Athena. I punch it with pure rage. Get out of my way, bang. The shield goes spinning wildly through the air. But here's the kicker. My arm actually took damage from that impact. Looks like her limiters are off. Her power just spiked straight to level 100. Athena is absolutely seething. Enjoyed beating me up earlier. Now it's my turn to return the favor. Athena's level just jumped from 72 to 106. With a deafening crash, my fist collides with hers, but I can feel it. Her power is. She's on a whole new level now. Totally formidable. But the weirdest part, the second I clash with Athena, my body just locks up. Frozen. That cold grip of fear starts seizing my heart. What the hell is going on? Athena lets out this cruel, icy laugh. You know why I'm OP? Because that weakness curse on your mommy broke. Which means she's officially dead. I snap. With a roar, I put every ounce of strength into a blow that sends Athena flying. Shut your trap. But she's bluffing. Mom's not gone. It was just a cheap psychological trick Athena used to tilt me. And damn, it worked. I took the bait hook, line, and sinker. Athena sneers, looking at me like I'm absolute trash. Weak minds make the best victims. Just like that, she manifests a light sword and drives it straight through my chest. I'm skewered, but wait, it doesn't actually hurt, whatever. I need to get to mom like right now. No time to dance with Athena. She's totally shook. She definitely landed that hit. So why am I still moving? She scans my stats and realizes the truth. Her ultimate attack did 0 damage. This breaks her brain. She is level 100. How does a nobody just ignore her attacks? Turns out my body is packing divine power that makes the gods look weak. It's like I have a black hole inside me. Any divine attack she throws, I just absorb it and turn it into my own fuel. Athena is completely baffled. What kind of monster is this kid? Unbelievable power. And I have no clue how to use it. But the anxiety is burning me up. Mom is still buried under that rubble. I have to dig her out. Behind me, Athena resets. No wonder the big boss ordered a hit on me. They can't let a glitch like me survive. Next second, she summons a spear and shield. Sacred aura activated. Physical attack and defense boosted by 20%. Athena screams, "Baye Hugo, I got this guy, but I need to borrow your juice." Baye summons his weapon instantly. I curse under my breath. Why do they have to block me right now? I whip around Hugo, the assassin is rushing me too. Suddenly, it's a 3v1 gank squad. The Eslar elites are terrified I'll master this god power and surpass them all. So they want to spawn camp me before I rise. Athena smirks. Game over, kid. I ignore her, staring at mom's hand sticking out of the wreckage. I can't hold back the tears anymore. But then, twitch. Mom's fingers move in the air. Everyone freezes. She's still alive, Athena barks. Lock him down. The trio launches iron chains to bind me. Mom reaches out, trying to give me one last hug. But gravity wins. Her arm goes limp. I catch her hand before it hits the ground. Mom, I scream, begging her to wake up, not to die here. But some people just won't let me breathe. The Eslar trio fires their strongest combo, trapping me. Boom. Dust cloud explosion. The shockwave sends debris flying everywhere. And then through the smoke, I see it. A sight I can't process. I grab my head, losing my mind. No, impossible. This cannot be real. I just got back from hell. How can you leave me like this? 3 bodies. Hanta-san. And my parents. My legs give out. I collapse. I'm about to shatter completely when a hand touches my cheek. I freeze. Mom whispers, "Don't cry. It doesn't look good on you. Yugdo. My son, you have to survive." Mom and Dad are going ahead. I'm bawling uncontrollably. 500 years in the abyss. Fighting to return to you, and you leave me after 1 day. Mom is barely holding on. Don't worry about us. Run. You have to walk on your own 2 feet now. I'll watch you from heaven. Behind me, the 3 guild elites are closing in. The assassin sees his shot. He thinks I'm distracted. Perfect opening. He's not going to miss this. The assassin blinks behind me instantly. I seem totally out of it, zero reaction. Blade inches from my heart. And I spin around. My eyes aren't sad anymore. They are burning with pure, unadulterated rage. You're all gonna die. I'm sending you to join them. The assassin practically pees himself. My aura is way too terrifying. My aura just triggered every alarm bell in his body. His survival instincts are literally screaming at him. Abort mission, run. But the second he tries to bail, I unleash a devastating counter. The impact is so insane it shatters his divine-grade sword like it's made of glass. That striking power is completely out of his league, and he knows it. Realizing he's unmatched, the assassin makes a split-second call, funneling all his divine energy straight into his legs. He's trying to speed blitz his way out of the danger zone, and honestly, the guy is fast. In less than a blink, he teleports right next to Athena. He really burned his ultimate just to run away. Even Athena is shook witnessing this. Her face says it all. You have got to be kidding me. One punch snapped that blade in half. Athena instantly takes flight, barking orders from the air. Nobody engage him head on. You won't even see your death coming, but before she can finish her warning, I vanish. Ghost mode activated. Athena reflexively throws up her shield. Boom. My fist connects with a thunderous crash. Athena, she is instantly regretting her life choices. It feels like a normal human getting flattened by a semi-truck at full speed. She feels every single bone in her body threatening to snap. Meanwhile, I'm channeling pure, unadulterated rage into combat power. It's a zero-sum game today. One of us isn't walking away. With a sickening crack, the shield in Athena's hand completely shatters. She's stunned, but I don't give her a single frame to breathe. My follow-up attack is even more savage. I grip what's left of her shield, barely trying, and crush the edges with just my fingers. It crumbles like a stale cookie. Just wait. I'm wiping every single one of you off the map. Athena is internally panicking. How is a human terrifying her this much? I launch a double-handed strike that sends Athena ragdolling through the air. Mid-flight, she screams to her guild, "Don't use divine power, he'll just absorb it," but the warning is too late. My silhouette is already looming right in front of her face. Athena's thoughts race, crap, I can't dodge this. With a deafening roar, I deliver a devastating hook, right to her jaw. Her body shoots backward like an arrow released from a bow. Watching from the sidelines, the tiger roar assassin is losing it. His heart is pounding out of his chest. Who on earth is this monster? Instant karma. The next second I lock eyes with him. He's in a weird state, trying to be invisible, but he can't hide from my radar. His danger sense spikes to maximum levels. Did he actually clock me? No way, I'm cloaked. But when my fist materializes inches from his nose, he has to face reality. I didn't just drain his divine power. I downloaded his entire stealth moveset. While I'm busy brawling, my mom is lying in the rubble. A voice sneers, "Looks like you're having a blast over there. But did you forget something? So obsessed with fighting you'd let your dying mother rot. What a disgraceful son." The Skeleton King's claw slowly inches toward my mom. But Chuchunzi isn't having it. The monk sprints toward the Skeleton King for the save. But mid-stride, the king's weapon locks onto him. Whack! The weapon slams into Chuchunzi with blinding speed. Poor guy didn't even have time to scream. The Skeleton King already hated that monk, and now he's trying to play hero. Of course he got swatted. I sense big trouble. I didn't expect Chuchunzi to be absolute fodder for the Demon King. But I can't dwell on that. I immediately sprint toward Mom's location. That invisible assassin slow claps. Bravo Baiyi. Simultaneously, I'm already right behind Baiyi. He senses me panic-dumping energy into an attack. He actually thinks he can outspeed me right now. I curse internally. Why are these NPCs so annoying? Boom, Baiyi fires off his energy blast. But when the smoke clears, surprise buddy, I'm still standing. I tanked that hit face first. Baiyi looks salty. So you can absorb divine power, huh? Fine. Let's see how much juice you can hold before you pop. I'm actually stunned. Is he seriously trying to overload me with attacks? No hesitation. The next second, Baiyi confirms he's exactly that stupid. A fresh wave of death flames charges up in his palm. It's not as strong as the last one, but still nasty. I can block this. Meanwhile, Athena is about to cough up blood from pure frustration. This skeleton guy isn't helping. He's literally a feeder handing me free XP, but then that snake of a woman eyes a strange stone tucked under her arm. Since magic is useless and I'm destroying them in melee, she's realizing she needs a plan C. But right now, I'm consumed by bloodlust. If you've got something, bring it. Your attacks are trash anyway. I brace myself, mobilizing every ounce of strength to tank whatever they throw next. My gut screams danger before my eyes even register the threat. Athena isn't aiming at me, she's blindsiding Mom. Massive chunks of concrete rain down instantly. Gotta hand it to her, this goddess is as twisted as she is brilliant. Since raw divinity bounces off me, she's improvised, supercharging rocks with god-tier energy. At that velocity, they aren't stones, they're kinetic warheads. If I can't break you, I'll shatter the frail woman behind you. Try and stop me, hero. Her words are ice in my veins. I don't care about the physics or the pain coming my way. I throw myself in the line of fire, becoming a living shield. One thought burns through me. I should have ended this witch the second I had the chance. Athena cackles like a maniac. Burn it all down, she screams, signaling every Slargoon to jump in at once. The sky turns black with debris. I'm smashing boulders midair, fists flying, but it's like trying to punch back a landslide. I'm fast, but I'm not omnipresent. Thud, thud. Sickening impacts echo as jagged rocks slip past my guard and slash Mom's face. Tears mix with blood on her cheeks. She hates being the anchor dragging me down. Go, she wheezes. Save yourself. Not happening. I'd rather die standing right here. If I can't even shield my own flesh and blood, then what's the point of breathing? As I scream my defiance, a chilling metallic laugh cuts through the chaos from above. Oh, how touching. This little family reunion is so sweet it's making me want to puke. Lich summons that glowing divine blade again. You might be a sponge for holy energy, kid, but you've already lost this war. The sword of Atropos materializes in his grip. Let's wrap up this boring little drama, shall we? It's the legendary relic of the Three Fates, a weapon designed to sever the very threads of destiny. It slices through divinity like butter. Lich starts morphing the blade, twisting it into a massive arrow. He's betting everything on this, convinced that while I can eat magic, I can't digest fate itself. He aims to snip my lifeline and erase me from existence. Down below, Shuchunzi finally snaps back to reality. He looks up, eyes widening as the sky crackles with apocalyptic lightning. Pure terror grips him. That energy looks hungry enough to swallow the world. Staying put is a death sentence, so he scrambles to his feet and screams his lungs out. Yugdu Bail. Now, nobody tanks a hit like that, not even you, but Shuchunzi is so busy playing crossing guard that he misses the shadow creeping up behind him. Stupid monk, a voice hisses still. Got time to worry about others while your neck is exposed. I hear the warning, but my feet are rooted to the spot. Every instinct is screaming. What is that energy? Even with my durability, taking that hit head on feels like suicide. Suddenly, Mom's voice cuts through the noise. I whip around. Mom, hang on, we're gonna make it. Just trust me. But as I look at her, she presses a small pouch into my hand. Her eyes are heavy with sorrow. We barely had one day together, my son, and now death is knocking. I have nothing left to give you but this. Please take it. Know that we always loved you. Boom. The sky tears open. This isn't normal lightning. It's the Atropos blade in pure energy form. When it hits the ground, doesn't just break, it vaporizes. Absolute annihilation. High above Lich, watches the dust cloud with a smug grin. The arena is gone, replaced by a crater that looks like a meteor impact. 0% chance of survival. Ding system notification, sacrifice to Zeus complete. Deity satisfaction high, job done Lich. Floats down, landing next to Athena. She eyes the crater suspiciously. Is the brat actually toast? Lich waves her off. Relax. Zeus already sent the receipt for the sacrifice. We have bigger problems. He barks orders to his squad to lock and load. We just slapped every other guild in the face. Get ready for a bloodbath, because war is coming. Meanwhile, my limp body is catapulted into a dark pool. I'm sinking like a stone, plunging into the abyss. My HP is critical. I'm wrecked. Paralysis sets in. I can't twitch a muscle. But down in the murk, I'm not alone. A shadow is gliding, straight toward me. A mysterious hunter grabs hold. As my vision flickers in and out, I spot a silhouette wielding a long blade, dragging me by the ankle through a submerged tunnel. My brain is rebooting, totally blank until flash. Mom's agonizing face hits me. My eyes snap open. The memory downloads instantly. I watched it happen. I saw my parents executed right in front of me. The grief hits harder than the lightning. I swore I'd be their shield, and I failed. Another failure. Great. The hunter looming over me drags out his words like he's bored. About time you woke up. Grown man crying like a baby. Pathetic. I stare him down, demanding answers. Who is he? Why save me? He just ignores me. Cold. His eyes pierce right through me. I cling to one shred of hope. Did the lightning knock me out? My parents. Are they alive? But he just looks at me like I'm trash. Pure disgust. You were supposed to be the chosen one. Now look at you. Weak. He drops the hammer. Face facts, kid. Your parents are dead, and it's all your fault. Shock freezes me, then rage takes over. I swear it on my life. I'm going to slaughter every single member of the Tiger Roar Guild. I try to bolt for revenge, but the hunter clamps a hand on my wrist, tells me to follow him. I yank my arm back instantly. Let go, I'm killing them right now. He doesn't budge, so I swing at him. Full force. Big mistake. He catches my fist like it's nothing. That's when I realize. My power, it's gone. He's done playing nice. You got some nerve screaming at me like that. Bam, he smacks me right across the face. Is that how you thank the guy who saved your life? Throwing hands at me. Who do you think you are? His face goes dark. Right now, I'm way out of your league. I saved you, but I can snuff you out just as easily. My mind goes totally blank. How did I get this weak? He spells it out. The sword of Atropos severed your link to the divine power. No blessing means you're just a regular mortal now. Get it through your thick skull, kid. He unslings the massive greatsword from his back, holding it right in my face. This is the key. This is how you reconnect with the power inside you. So you're coming with me. You don't have a choice. We're going where they can teach you to actually control this stuff. Moron. You were sitting on a gold mine of power before, but you were clueless. Didn't know how to use it, so a few slar grunts took you down. Pathetic. He barks at me to get up. We're moving. It's the only place that can fix you. My fists clench so hard my knuckles pop. The rage is about to explode out of my chest. I nod. I'll go. It's not like I have a choice anyway. I drag myself up and mutter a quick thanks. Then he throws me a curveball. Don't get it twisted. I'm not the good guy here. From here on out, I'm your enemy. Watch your mouth. Suddenly, a voice cuts through the tension. It's Ciutansi. You're not taking him anywhere, he shouts. Not until you tell us who you really are. That's the son of my fallen friends. He stays with me. Seeing Ciutansi standing there, relief washes over me. I didn't think he'd make it. He looks wrecked, apologizing for failing to save my parents. He explains that the divine power backlash blasted me underground, which ironically saved my life. The second he realized I was down here, he jumped into the abyss after me, saving his own skin in the process. And he found something, my father's sword, resting at the bottom of the water. That blade reminded him of his oath, a blood promise to my parents that he'd keep as long as he's breathing. Ciutansi steps up, blocking the hunter's path. If you're planning to use the kid's power for yourself, you'll have to go through me, the hunter sneers. A half-dead monk acting high and mighty. You think you scare me, Ciutansi slowly unravels his blindfold. I stopped fearing death a long time ago. Clinging to life is pathetic. But if I break my promise to his parents, I wouldn't be able to face them in the afterlife. The hunter sees Ciutansi's aura flaring up. He drops his hand to his sword hilt. All right then. How do you want to play this? You want to fight, I'll give you one. But you're the only one dying today. Before steel clashes, I shout out. Ciutansi, stop, I'm going with him. I clench my fists. I need revenge, but I'm powerless right now. This is my only shot. If it helps me awaken, I don't care if he uses me. I'll pay that price. Ciutansi looks stunned. How can you say that? What about your parents' memory? He hesitates, then sighs. Are you absolutely sure? If you are, I won't stand in your way. I nod. Slowly, he unbuckles the sword he found. Since your mind is made up, take this. Keep it close. Never let it go. It's the last piece of your parents you have left. My fingers brush the hilt, and a jolt goes through me. Pure familiarity. This is definitely my father's blade. It's heavy with his power, his legacy, a true hero's sword. Ciutansi watches me grip it, his face deadly serious. That weapon has seen generations of heroes. Every single wielder has left their mark, their very soul, inside that steel. But unlocking its true potential, that takes god-tier power. And right now you are way too weak to handle that kind of heat. It's not just a weapon, it's a living archive recording the legacy of every warrior who ever gripped it. Pops trusted Shutenji to safeguard this artifact, knowing the exact moment I'd need it to survive. My job is to protect it with my life. I give a sharp nod, message received. This is the final mission from my parents. They literally burned through their prophetic visions just to secure this blade for me. That means this thing is an absolute game changer. The hunter behind me snaps me back to reality. Clock's ticking, we gotta bounce. Every single second is do or die, right now. We push deeper into the abyss of the tunnel. It's been a wild ride, glitched into that creepy tower, barely managed to break out. Reunited with my folks only to have them ripped away again. I'm flying blind here, no clue where this path ends or what nightmare is waiting for me. But one thing is for sure. The place I'm headed, it's gonna be nothing short of legendary.